That's racist. I'm not.
You got the green. You got all green going.
One green thing on.
Isn't your shirt green?
It's like dark green.
So yeah.
But I don't know. I just put a shirt on.
Is it a Ninja Turtle hat?
No, it's just a hat. Because this was a hat back when I was in film school. For some reason, one of our classmates thought it would be a smart idea to buy us all green beanies, and then we'd call ourselves the Green Beanies. And then we went around the rest of the film school calling ourselves the Green Beanies, and everyone else was like, "What the fuck?"
I thought you were gonna say like, oh yeah, we went and filmed in the woods and we wanted to camouflage, so we got green beanies. But no.
Also that's terrible camouflage.
I mean, stuff's green in the woods sometimes. Not
bright
that green.
green.
Not bright green.
Neon green.
It's better than wearing like yellow.
Yeah.
Now, actually, probably yellow would be better if it's like fall.
But no, someone just bought them for no practical reason.
Do you even know this guy's name? Like, you don't even keep in touch?
Yeah, it was a girl. Yeah, I talked to her.
Okay, cool. Just be like, hey, I'm wearing my green beanie. Just letting you know.
Well, I don't text her every time I wear it.
You should.
That's weird.
You should let her know so she feels accomplished in life.
That's an awful accomplishment.
Hey, I would be happy if somebody texted me saying that they're wearing my green beanie. So,
well, that's you're weird.
Should I text you when I wear my Mandalorian shirt?
I don't give a shit when you wear your Mandalorian shirt.
What we doing today, Wade?
Welcome back to another episode of the Real Duo Podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet. I'm one of your hosts, Wade.
I'm another host, Devin.
And today is a very special episode because we have some guests.
No, it's special because our last podcast episode was terrible and it didn't upload.
Well, yeah, the last episode, just for some reason,
the guests don't matter.
Upload. I mean, the guests don't matter, like in general.
We got Walter White and Andrew Garfield here today.
Yeah, we got two very special guests. We got Down syndrome Walter White.
Hello.
How you doing?
He's been here before.
He's been here. He was on a couple episodes ago, actually. Wasn't too long ago.
The syndrome keeps going down. It's not looking good.
God. That's your slogan.
Yep.
And then our next guest, we've Spider-Man himself, Andrew Garfield.
I don't get the Andrew Garfield.
You look
thing.
I don't get it at all. You look like Andrew Garfield, all right?
I'm Josh Peck. You're Andrew Garfield. Wade's that guy. I forget his name. Justice Smith.
Yeah. I'm the Pokemon guy. I'm nobody important.
Yeah. And Derek is he's Derek. There's no one can replace Derek.
Down syndrome Walter White. I like
you ain't looking too good you ain't looking too good as Andrew Garfield, all right?
I don't care. I don't care.
What is that supposed to mean, Derek?
Wait, what does that mean?
Like you ain't Andrew Garfield has seen better days, is what I'm trying to say, right?
Dang.
Well, I mean, Andrew Garfield's like a model. Like Dylan's like, it's like the same with Devin, where it's like he doesn't look exactly like Josh Peck, but if like you saw him from afar and like he was squinting and it was like sunny out, you'd be like, oh hey, that's probably Josh Peck.
I based my whole personality off of Josh Peck.
And mannerisms.
Yeah,
just kind of act like him sometimes.
That's true.
You very much have.
We got a full podcast.
We need I want so bad to get you and Josh Peck in a photo together.
There's a reason we haven't. It's because we actually hate each other secretly. We've met before. We can't be in the same room together. Otherwise, we would murder people. So.
I want to see that.
People, yes, more than
not
one.
Each other?
No.
You guys like whenever
I'm
you guys
so angry that Josh Peck is here. I'm going to murder everyone else other than Josh Peck.
It's kind of like we're on the same level of power, and we're like, all right, we can't fight each other. It just become a stalemate, so we have to go fight other people.
Oh, okay.
That's how it works, yeah.
I guess.
So, what has everybody been watching this week?
What have you guys been watching?
Who wants to start? Derek? Derek, would you like to start? Put him on the spot. He wasn't
I haven't watched anything.
I guess the most recent thing I watched was Invincible.
I thought you watched that a long time ago.
I watched it like 2 weeks ago. Probably.
Oh my god!
It wasn't this week.
Anything since then?
Nope.
He's been playing Fortnite. That's what he's been playing.
Yeah. Literally.
Derek's the video game guy.
Yeah.
You better have some video game news for us.
That's what I was about to say. You better have some
my
video game stuff to talk about later.
All right, you guys gave me like a 20-minute window.
I should refresh. Derek's not the video game guy. He's the Fortnite guy. That's all.
I'm just the guy.
He's the
He's
guy.
a guy on some things.
From Spy Kids, he's the guy.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
doesn't
call
he
him,
die?
right?
Spike Kids
or
3.
something?
Why did you just reference the
Oh my
Spike Kids
God.
3, Devin?
Yeah, he does die in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, doesn't he like die?
Yeah, Elijah Wood, Frodo Baggins
Yeah.
himself, shows up for like a second, and then he's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, hey,
instantly
I'm the special character," and then
I'm
he
the
dies
guy.
for some reason, and it's like, all right,
From
that's weird.
electricity.
I didn't even realize that
Sure.
was him.
Yes.
Yeah, that's him.
Well, 2 people here have seen Invincible because I did watch Invincible. Also.
I watched the first 3 episodes of
Oh,
Invincible.
you watched the first 3. I thought you watched the first episode. Dylan has not seen
watched
it,
any of
so
it.
nobody's
I'm
saying
gonna-
any spoilers about it. 'Cause
I wasn't
think
super
Dylan-
impressed with it, to be
I
honest.
think Dylan's gonna
Oh,
watch
snap.
it, but I don't know.
Jimbo said this like the second episode is his favorite episode, and if you're not impressed with it, Jimbo's gonna have some words.
I wasn't super impressed with the first 3 episodes.
Derek says that the Invincible is better than The Boys. I want to hear.
I don't believe that for a second.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I haven't.
I'm not
I
gonna-
haven't seen the whole season of Invincible, so I can't really like talk about the whole show as a whole. But I highly doubt it's. And I'm not even just saying that as like a fan of The Boys, but it's just The Boys, especially season 1 of The Boys. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's just
Season
my
1 of The Boys
opinion,
is
yo.
so good.
Maybe after
I'll
like
s-
we've all seen all of them, we can come back and do like a Boys versus Invincible
I think
we should.
podcast.
I think Derek likes it more because it's animated. I think Derek likes more animated stuff personally. I don't know if that's true, Derek. You can say if you don't believe that's true or not.
It is. It kind of is.
So
I like animated stuff, but Invincible had some awful animation.
and I will admit, Invincible can do a little bit more because it's animated.
No,
compared
it
to
definitely
The Boys.
can. Yeah, I agree with
So,
that. But again, it had awful animation, so
I don't know if it was awful.
it
I don't know.
wasn't
From like the
great.
clips I've seen, it doesn't look like that good.
I mean,
wasn't
it doesn't
great.
look like the best animation I've ever seen, but it doesn't look terrible.
No, it looks like standard. It looks like a standard Spider-Man cartoon on like Disney XD.
There's nothing wrong with that. All right.
No, there's not. But it's just
They
like, all
spent
right,
their
it
whole
looks like an
budget.
animated Spider-Man show.
They spent
Like,
their
all
whole
right.
budget on the cast and J.K. Simmons.
They really did. That cast is retarded.
No, it's not. It's great. I love the cast. I think it's awesome.
It's a good cast. I like it.
Derek, do you think the second half of The Boys, or not The Boys, Invincible is better, or the first half?
I like all of it. What do you
You
mean?
like all, but like which is better? Which-
Probably the second half.
You think the second half is better? So you
Yeah.
think if Wade continued watching it, you think he'd like it more, or
Probably.
Well, the problem that I'm having is that like after the first episode, that little like stinger. I don't know how many people have seen Invincible. First
Dylan
episode,
hasn't.
at least.
I haven't
Don't
seen any
have
of it.
You haven't?
I-
That
all three of
little
us have.
stinger at like the very end of the episode. Once that happened, I guessed what was going to happen at the end of the series, and then what happened at the end of the series happened.
I mean, it's
Like
not,
what I guessed happened. So I was like, okay, so I know, like, I guessed it off the first episode.
I don't think it's meant to be like, oh, what's going to happen. I think everybody kind of knows.
Yeah, I don't
what's
think it is
gonna
supposed to be like that.
Sure, but then don't make it like a mystery. They put this like whole big like mystery around the whole thing, and I'm like, all right, well, if we know what's gonna happen, then just show us. Don't wait until 10 episodes in to show us what happens if we're supposed to know what happens up front. Just
I don't think the
Hold up
mystery
to
is
it.
what's going to happen. I think the mystery is more like why it happened. That was the mystery for me. It's like why.
I wasn't invested in why it was happening.
I mean, that's understandable. You don't have to be invested in it.
And why does he have a stupid mustache?
Because he's J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons doesn't always have a mustache.
He is when he's J. Jonah Jameson
That's and Commissioner Gordon.
and Commissioner Gordon. So,
The only roles that anybody cares about J.K. Simmons. in.
Derek, have you watched anything else this week or just Invincible?
Nothing else.
What? All right, Dylan, what have you been watching?
You haven't watched like porn or anything?
I know Dylan has something that you're going to be intrigued about, Wade. If you've seen it or not, it doesn't matter. So, but
Yeah.
Dylan, what have you been watching?
I got a few things. I watched the first season of The Boys with Devin.
Yeah.
Everybody
Everybody
first season?
here, everybody
Yeah, only
here
the
has
first season.
seen the first season, so we can talk
It's
about that. if we
freaking
want.
good so far.
So good.
I love it.
It's
Devin-
always funny that like whenever I recommend a show to Devin, he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'll like it," and then he ends up watching it, and then he likes it, but it takes him like 5 years
It's not.
to
It's
get
not
to it.
that
And I'm like,
I
I told you like you would like this thing. Why did it take you so long to watch it?
It's not that I don't think I'll like it. It's just like you keep telling me to watch it. I'm like, I'll get to it eventually. Like, I'll
Watch
get
it now, so before it gets canceled.
It doesn't
Nobody's
matter if it
watching
gets,
it, like,
doesn't
watch it.
matter if it gets canceled. It'll still be there. I can still go back and.
But
look.
I don't want it to get canceled because it's like, oh, nobody's watching this thing. Just watch it,
Right.
support it.
people are watching it. That's not an issue.
No, people are watching The Boys. I'm not worried about The
Yeah.
Boys, but like other things,
Well, other
Yeah.
things aren't as good, so that doesn't matter to me.
that's debatable.
I'm excited for season 2. But Devin, do you think season 2 is better than season 1?
I think season 2 is better, personally.
I think the latter half of season 2. I think the second half of season 2 gets fucking crazy.
Yeah,
First,
that's why
it starts
I like
off a little slow, a little bit slower than the first season. The first season, like out of the gate, was just like, oh, holy shit, this is awesome. Second season kind of takes a little bit to build up, especially if you watched it like week to week, like I did when it came out. Maybe if you watched it all at once, it might work. But it starts off a little slow, but it ramps up towards the end.
And I think you get a lot more Homelander stuff in the second season, which I like. So if you're a Homelander fan, you'll enjoy it. Dylan, who would you say your favorite character was so far?
I don't really know so far. Out of the 7, I think A-Train is probably the coolest. I like him because he's honestly like not like a bad dude. He's just kind of like
I don't know about that. He's kind of an asshole.
I mean, yeah, but like
He's a junkie.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
don't know.
junkie.
He's not
The
like
first
the worst.
episode of the
He's
first 10
interesting,
seconds.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad. But I don't know. I like him, and then out of the boys, I like MM. MM's the best.
MM's pretty cool. I like
Mother's
MM's.
Milk. Yeah, I remember once I said that name on this podcast before Devin watched it, and he's like, "Wait, that's his name?" And I'm like, "Well, it's a nickname." And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
It's pretty good. Derek, who's your favorite character? You got any?
It's probably just Homelander.
Homelander. That makes
So
sense.
good.
Cool. Yeah.
Homelander is so cool.
Well, nobody likes Billy Butcher. Come on,
Dylan actually
like
doesn't
that.
like Billy Butcher.
I think he's a
Son of a
douche.
bitch.
He's a douchebag.
He is,
I was saying that
but-
the whole. I mean, I don't think that makes him a bad character, but
he's
just a big
Carl Urban,
douchebag.
man. You can't hate Carl Urban.
I don't hate him. I don't
He's
hate him.
pretty good. I know. Don't you hate Huey? Don't you not like Huey? Or who doesn't like Huey?
Derek
Derek doesn't like
Derek
Huey.
doesn't like Huey.
Yeah,
Says
I don't
he's
like-
weird.
he's weird.
Huey's kind of just there to be like the normal person. Like he doesn't really have much going on. He's kind of just there to be like us, where he's just like, oh, hey, I'm a normal dude.
He's
in this big
relatable.
thing. He's the relatable
Yeah.
one in the group.
Yeah,
He's not meant to be the interesting, like the one with the tortured past and like blah blah. That's Billy, and that's everyone else who's more interesting. He's just there to be like, oh, a fucking knife went through your chest. Oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like that's what he's there for.
Also, me and Dylan agree. We love that the Deep is just a joke throughout the whole show so
It's
far.
so funny.
I love that in season 1. I think when he steals that dolphin.
Yes,
That was the
We were just
funniest
talking
thing. I was
about
like, I
that.
love the fact that they're totally just shitting all over Aquaman because I've never liked Aquaman. And I love that he's just like, he's not even a part of like the team anymore. And in season 2, like I think there's only like one episode where we see him like interacting with the rest of the 7. And then throughout the rest of the season, he's off doing his own like weird shit.
Yeah,
And he like
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
do anything. And I'm like, this is great. I love this.
I love that. That's
They
the best part of
and
the show.
they poo on both DC and Marvel, and it's
They
great.
do.
It's great.
Mhm.
I love the Seth Rogen cameo in season 1 where
Yeah, that
he's
was
like,
fun.
"Hey, this is the VCU." That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really fun.
Dylan really likes Black Noir. I agree with him. I think
Black Noir's so cool.
So good.
He's cool.
He's so
He's
cool.
cool. He's funny. I like him.
I wish though one flaw of season 2 is that you actually kind of like see him like do stuff, and I kind of wanted the whole joke of his character to be like he's like everyone's scared of him, and he's just like this character that's like dressed in all black, and everyone's always like, oh, Black Noir's a badass, but it'd be hilarious if we never like saw him do anything,
He just never did
and
anything.
he's just like he could just walk into a room and everyone's like terrified, but we never see him do anything.
That'd be funny.
Season
I
2
would
he doesn't
like
do a
that.
whole lot, but we see him do
He
something.
does, yeah, he's not in season 2 a lot. I mean, he's in
Yeah.
season 2, but yeah, I think season 2 is better in my opinion, just because of how nuts it is, and I'm just like, yes, I want more of that.
Mhm.
Derek apparently knows what's going to happen because he read the comics. Don't spoil anything, Derek. I don't wanna
Well,
know.
apparently the comics, from what I've heard, apparently the show is drastically different than the comics.
Is that true, Derek? I
From
don't
what
know.
I've heard.
I didn't read them. I just watched a YouTube video about them.
Oh,
I never said I read them.
I thought you said you read them.
I don't
anyways.
read stuff.
Don't spoil nothing. I don't.
I haven't
wanna
read the
know.
comics either. I'm avoiding the comics like the plague.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I was
Anybody-
just curious. I didn't care about spoilers.
Wait, do you know when season 3 is coming out?
I don't. They need to put out a release date.
I know
It's
that
like
they're
that,
still filming.
Season 3 of The Boys and Doom Patrol season 3 are the two shows where I'm like, just give me a fucking release date. I know they're shooting both of these things, but just tell me when this is coming. Should be coming this year, I think.
I'm not looking forward to week watching whenever it comes out.
Yeah,
I was,
that's the one.
Yeah.
I was very into the binging of it.
They
but-
might not do that because with season 2, everyone like review bombed the show simply because it was week to week, and everyone was like, "Yeah, stop." So maybe they'll just dump it all out at once. I would prefer that.
I don't know, because it's not like like WandaVision or whatever. It's like, oh, what's gonna happen in the next episode? It's kind of just like
I want to know. Like I want to sit down and watch an 8-hour The Boys film. Like
right, and each episode kind of wraps up at the end. There's not really like a lot of cliffhangers in the episodes themselves.
Yeah.
I feel like
season 2 had a little bit more, but
season 1 ends on a cliffhanger. I feel like
it does. Yeah,
the reveal and all that stuff. Dylan was mad that that's how the season ended because that's where
I don't know. It's
stopped
just like if I just watched season 1, I'd be pretty mad.
well,
like,
yeah. Now you know how I
wasn't out
felt. Now you know how I
I'd
felt
be-
where I watched
I'd
it
be
and I was
pissed.
like, oh, what the fuck? Now I gotta wait a year. Like fuck.
Yeah, you gotta wait. You got to be like Infinity War and Endgame. You got
Season 2 wraps up pretty nicely.
Yeah, you could honestly maybe end the show on season 2 if you absolutely
You could,
had to.
don't, but you
Don't,
could.
but you could. You could. Dylan, what else have you been watching this week? Anything?
I watched those Fear Street movies on Netflix, the new ones.
Oh,
They're
the
kinda-
Fear Street, like 1994.
Yeah, like all the different years or whatever. One's like the 90s, one's 70s, and then one goes back to like the 1600s.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Are they
They're
any
kind of
good?
like if you're looking for like a scary movie, they're not good, but like they're just kind of like fun, like stupid little movies.
Are they like
honestly.
homages to like 80s like slasher movies? Like what is
Yeah,
it?
really. Like the second one's the one that's in the 70s is like a slasher movie. Like it's literally just all that in like a camp or whatever. It's pretty much just exactly that. It's fun. I don't know.
Is it
It's not like-
predictable?
oh yeah, it's like really
Ah.
predictable. But like honestly, that's kind of part of the fun of it. I think.
Are there jump scares?
Not really.
All right,
Like I said, it doesn't really try to be that scary. Honestly, I
Is
think
it
knows
like
it's
kind of
scary movie.
self-aware? Like does it kind of know
I
that
think-
it's like
I
a
think
cheesy
so.
like 80s thing?
Yeah, definitely. I think so.
Like
I don't
that
know.
could be fun if they don't fuck it up.
I don't know. I think they're okay. They're a little fun, but yeah, I
I've heard
watched
they're good. I've
those.
heard good things about them.
Yeah, they've been like trending on Netflix like for 3 weeks.
because Netflix has nothing else going for it.
Yeah,
Because
there's nothing. I
There's
can't remember the
nothing on
last time I
Netflix.
sat down and watched something on Netflix.
everybody
Yeah,
else
there's-
took their streaming stuff away. So
Yeah.
Literally. And then I watched Old at the
Yeah,
movies.
this was the one.
Seriously.
this was the
Okay.
one I
Yeah.
think you'd be interested in.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm so curious about this because I've heard
Mhm.
things about this movie. How is this movie good?
I think is really, really bad. It's a really bad movie.
Okay, that's what I expected from M. Night Shyamalan, and that's what I heard. How
It
like is it
is-
like weird bad or is it just like bad?
It's just like bad. Like
Ah, no, I wanted
It's-
like something like so weird that it's like I have to watch this, but I hate this. Like,
I really don't like with the concept. You would think that they could do so many weird things with it, but they like really don't.
that's
And-
fucking that. God damn it, that's Shyamalan for you.
Right?
You
like-
got,
he
Shy-
always-
you
he always
got
has, like,
Shyamalan.
Such like interesting, like original, out there ideas, but then he just never does anything with them, and it's like,
Right.
what? No,
Like I like literally going into it, I was like, how could you like mess this up? Like literally just the concept is so
Yeah, it's a cool
interesting on its own.
Dylan said that the twist was awful too.
There like literally wasn't even one. Like I guess you could say there was one, but you can guess it within like 5 minutes of the movie starting.
The old
like,
classic Shyamalan twist.
honestly. Like hardly
he
a
needs
twist.
to
at
seriously
all.
stop doing that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's like 2 or 3 moments where it's like he kind of cleverly uses the age up thing, but even then, it doesn't really work that well. Like half the time, the age up thing doesn't even make any sense. Like so it feels like it's getting like really fast in some points and just like not
so there's no
happening at
there's
all
no
in
like
others.
rules or anything. There's no like consistency with the.
They say the rules, but it doesn't really feel like they follow the rules at the same time. So I mean, it's just kind of worthless. In that
I have a
sense.
question. Who
Yeah.
the fuck is mid-sized sedan? I keep hearing people say this. Is this
I don't know.
a character in the movie?
Yeah, he's like a rapper that is on the little beef
What?
with them.
I've never
like-
heard of this until just now. Like,
But like he's literally just like another one of the dudes on the island, honestly. Like
And his name is mid-sized sedan. What the fuck is wrong with M. Night?
I don't know. It's
Is he
literally the
fat?
most random. No, I mean he's like a big dude, but he's not fat.
oh, I imagine somebody named mid-sized sedan. is
Literally,
fat.
like a majority of the characters are just like worthless, including mid-sized sedan. He's just kind of like there for a little bit.
I
Like
think
the
M. Night
main
Shyamalan
family.
kind of wants to be like a secret rapper. Because in like his last movie, The Visit, there was this little white kid character in there that had all these like really bad raps that clearly M. Night Shyamalan wrote because they were terrible. So I think like M. Night Shyamalan has this weird fascination with rappers.
Derek, do you even know? Do you know who M Night Shyamalan is? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew or not. He made Avatar, your favorite movie, not the Blue Monkey.
Not Avatar. He made The Last Airbender.
The Last Airbender, yeah.
Wait, the movie?
Yeah, the movie.
The live action
No,
one.
this man is not good.
Is that the only M. Night movie you've seen though?
Have you seen Split?
No.
No.
He's got a handful of good movies.
Have you seen Signs?
Signs.
No.
Great movie.
Have you seen The Happening?
No.
One of the best bad movies ever made.
That's Mark Wahlberg's best acting performances.
Oh my God, he's so fantastic in it.
Have you seen The Happening?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
What?
I haven't seen
No.
them.
That's exactly how Mark Wahlberg sounds in that movie.
Yeah, it's his performance.
There can be a compilation of bad Mark Wahlberg scenes, and it would be amazing. Just Transformers and The Happening.
Oh my God.
And
His
Dang.
performance in the Transformers movies is pretty much just his performance in The Happening.
but there's some great stuff like that.
It's hilarious.
Like that thing where you say all the time where it's like, hey, you want to get punched in the face really hard? That's so funny.
Yeah. The way where this little fat kid comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, you know, there's a warrant for your arrest, right?" And he's like, "Oh, really? You want to get punched in the face like really hard?" And I'm like, "Why did you deliver it like that, Mark Wahlberg?" He says it just like that. You want to get punched in the face like really hard?
That and Planet of the Apes, you can get a compilation just all
Oh,
this.
he's not like he's just bad in that. Like he's just boring.
Exactly.
That's not like a fun bad performance.
But yeah, M. Night has some okay movies. Glass is not one of them, Derek.
Unbreakable is a phenomenal movie, and Sixth Sense is great. Signs is a little weird, but it's good, and I like it. And Split was okay, but what made Split good? Because I remember when Split came out, everyone was like, "Oh, M. Night's back," but then it was revealed that was a script he had written years ago. So it's like this was before he was like up his own ass about everything.
Somebody broke him. I don't know who it was. I
No,
think it was.
he broke him.
I want to say it was Last Airbender. I want to say Last Airbender broke him.
No, he was bad before that.
I mean, he was, but like after that, like he died.
I think it was because when The Sixth Sense came out, everyone was calling him the next Spielberg, and I think he like took that to heart, and that's kind of the thing that like ruined him. Where he's like, I gotta just make amazing things all the time and have these big epic twists in everything I make, and it's like, no, stop.
Yeah, your twists aren't good.
Yeah,
Try too hard. The Last Airbender, is there a twist in that? I don't know.
No,
I
I don't
guess
give a
the
shit.
twist was that it was a bad movie. That's what
Yeah, the ultimate twist. Yeah,
how do
I
you
wouldn't watch
mess
old.
up that movie? Like I know me and Wade talked about this before, but how do you mess up that movie? Like that should have been an easy movie to make.
it's almost like he was trying to mess it up.
Like I see that scene of
Probably.
like the 5 earthbenders moving like a little pebble, and I'm just like, how
So
do you
fucking hilarious.
how do
It's
you
so
do
bad.
that?
It's so bad.
hilarious.
Man.
Aren't they making a live action show on Netflix?
Yeah,
Netflix
Netflix
is-
series.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
It's probably
I'm,
gonna suck
I'm
though.
interested in that because apparently the creators of the show like
They left.
they left
Yeah,
because
they
of like,
didn't
creative
like it.
differences or whatever. So I'm
Mhm.
interested, but
So, like,
I don't know.
Is it its own thing, or are they just doing the show again?
I have no fucking idea. They're probably knowing this current era of like remakes and reboots and whatever. They're probably just gonna do the show again, but just live action because
And
that's what
Aang's
people
gonna
know.
be a girl.
And Aang's gonna be a strong, independent black woman that don't need no man.
Checks out.
Checks out.
But yeah,
All
so
right.
old was disappointing.
Old, very bad, honestly. It was
now you have to watch it, Wade.
God damn it! I have to watch this and talk about this movie.
If it was
I've heard
good,
people
you
like
wouldn't
I've
have to
heard people
watch it.
defending parts of it though, and it's like I don't know. I really thought it was really bad. It was just boring, honestly. Like a
can
lot
tell
of it
you
was
what.
really really predictable and not really used very well. And
After watching Tremor 6 and 7, it probably looks like a masterpiece. So.
I don't know. That might be debatable, honestly.
Wade, what have you been watching this week? Or Dylan, did you have anything else before we move
that's
on?
it. That's all I got.
Cool. Wade, what you got?
I watched a new movie, Nicolas Cage in Pig.
I told them too before this. I was like, Wade's going to talk about Pig. Watch.
Goddamn right, I'm going to talk about Pig. Pig was fantastic. I loved it.
Derek thought the trailer looked pretty good. I think. Derek,
It's such a good fucking movie.
Derek, does this seem like a movie you'd watch?
I mean, probably.
I don't
I'd
know if
watch
Derek
it.
would honestly like it because it's not like super long. It's only like 92 minutes, which surprised the fuck out of me. But it's like nothing happens in it, and like don't go into it expecting like, oh, somebody stole Nick Cage's pig and he's got to like go in a room with, like John Wick and like punch a bunch of dudes in the dick. Like no, he literally just shows up to a guy and he's like, hey, you have my pig, give it back. And then the guy's like, no. He's like, all right. and then he like leaves. Like it's more about the characters really rather than like getting the pig back. It's not like this big epic action movie or anything. It's this little personal character story about him and Alex Wolff's character, who was also in M. Night Shyamalan's Old. He was very good in this movie as well. But it's just this like small little like character piece, this little character drama. Nick Cage is fucking really good in it. There's one scene where he gets like a little bit loud, but it's not like a Nick Cage like freak out. It's not like his classics like because this is a good movie and I think Nick Cage knew that. But he gets a little loud and starts hitting like a Lamborghini.
He starts hitting a Lamborghini.
Yeah, because Alex Wolff is like this rich kid that uses his like truffle pig and like they go into business with it. And Nick Cage is like, you know where this fucking thing's at, and you're not telling me, so fuck you. And he just starts like getting angry and kicking his Lamborghini.
I hope at the end they eat the pig. I hope that's how it ends.
That's very morbid, Devin.
What a twist, though. What a twist.
That's very, very morbid.
What a twist.
They feed the pig to Nick Cage.
So you want some bacon?
They feed him dinner. Well, I mean, ironically, he is a chef in the movie.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes sense from the trailer. So.
Yeah, but it was fucking so good.
I knew you would love it. Like as soon as I saw that trailer, I sent it to you. I was like, Wade's gonna think this is a masterpiece.
It honestly is. There's one scene that's kind of out of place. There's this like weird scene where he goes to like an underground fight club. I'm like, this is a little weird. It's kind of like doesn't fit, but it does actually like make sense in the story. It's one of those movies where like every 20 seconds you think it's gonna just like go balls to the wall and just like get really weird out of nowhere, but it never does.
Like
Upgrade? It sort of, yeah. It has this like weird tone where it seems like it's like building up to this like weird epic like dream sequence like action thing, but it never gets to that. It's got like a really interesting tone to it.
They probably wanted to, but they didn't have the budget, so like, we gotta work around this.
I don't think they intended that.
You don't think so?
I don't think so because they would have did it either way.
It's debatable. We have to find the director, and you can interview.
All right, it's the director's first feature, so
it's a little indie movie. So
yeah, Nick Cage is really, really good. Give him another Oscar.
Best freak out Nick Cage thing. What you got? What's your favorite one?
The best freak out? Oh, dude. Yeah. I know you love Nick Cage freakouts. If you want a entire like 2-hour movie of Nick Cage just losing his fucking mind, watch Vampire's Kiss.
I have no idea what that is.
It's Nick Cage who like goes on a date with this woman and he thinks he's a vampire and he just loses his fucking mind.
Wait, he thinks he is? He's not actually a vampire?
No.
Oh. Okay. All right. That sounds like an interesting movie.
And the whole time that's the one I've done the impression to you where he does like the whole alphabet. That's from that movie.
Oh.
It's like, you got to put it in the correct file. And then he just does like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like the whole alphabet. That's from that movie. It's fantastic.
I thought you were going to say Mom and Dad, where he sings the Hokey Pokey.
Mom and Dad is a good one. That one's up there.
Ghost Rider, he does a pretty good one in Ghost Rider.
What's his one in Ghost Rider?
He's just screaming while his head's on fire. I think that's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. That one's all right.
Does he ever National Treasure? Does he freak out? I don't think
so. I think that one's a little bit more. He does in 2 a little bit. He gets a little like weird sometimes, but that one's a little bit more because that's a family movie. You don't want to scare the kids.
It's a family movie. Where's National Treasure 3, Disney?
I don't know. They're making Uncharted.
That's not National Treasure.
It's basically the same thing.
I'm surprised they haven't done a National Treasure 3. Just throw it on Disney Plus or something.
They're going to.
They should do like a mini series or whatever.
They're going to.
That's the trend now.
What else you watch, Wade? Anything good?
I watched a couple of like older things as I usually do.
Oh yeah, nothing you want to mention.
I watched a really good movie called Gods and Monsters, starring Ian McKellen and Brendan Fraser. I think this came out in the 90s.
Old people.
Pretty much.
I mean, Brendan Fraser's not that old. Ian McKellen
is like he's near death.
Yeah,
so
he is Gandalf at this point. But he plays in the movie. It's kind of a pseudo biopic about the director James Whale, who directed the original Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. And it kind of delves into his life a little bit, and it's really interesting because I didn't know what the movie was about when I watched it. And when it started, I didn't know James Whale was gay, and they when they kind of like show that in the movie, I was like, oh, is this going to be like a normal like love story where it's like, oh, Brendan Fraser doesn't know he's gay and they fall in love and blah blah blah. That's not what it's about. It's kind of more about like Brendan Fraser and him kind of have this connection, and they don't really like fall in love. It's kind of just about having like someone that will just like sit down and just listen to you like bitch about your life, and they just have this like really interesting connection. And the whole movie, James Whale's just like, I just want to fucking die. Like I'm over like all this shit. I just want to die and just move on. And like, it's really interesting. And Brendan Fraser's really good in it. Ian McKellen obviously is fantastic in it. And it's beautifully shot. And it's really well done.
It sounds like that movie with Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart. I don't remember that movie was called.
Oh, The Upside.
The Upside. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like a better version of that. Not that I didn't like The Upside. It's just
I like The Upside.
So
it's sort of like that a little bit.
Or it's just like all these two friends that are like they have this close connection type.
Yeah.
So
even though towards the end Ian McKellen gets a little like rapey, but
whoa,
they kind of and that's what's kind of interesting about the movie is that they make James Whale like kind of an asshole, like a bad guy. And I was like, that's kind of interesting because usually in biopics, like if they make them like bad guys, usually they're still like kind of likable. This whole movie, I'm like, I don't like this guy, and like I don't know if that's how James Whale was. He probably was because he was a snobby British fuck, but.
I didn't think there was going to be rape in these talk about.
It's not rape, but he goes a little overboard.
He gets a little touchy feely.
He gets a little touchy feely.
That's no bueno. Can't do that nowadays.
No bueno.
No bueno. Anything else you want to mention?
Not anything that anyone would know about.
Not anything anybody would know about.
What have you been watching, Devin?
We've already mentioned it. I watched The Boys, which we already talked about. I watched Invincible. I watched the whole season of Invincible. And then I watched Tremors 6 and 7, which me and Wade will talk about another.
Yeah, we'll do a separate video on
Tremors. Yeah, because them two, I don't even think, Derek, have you seen any of the Tremors movies?
No.
Okay. And Dylan,
Jesus Christ.
I don't think Dylan has either. Dylan may have seen the first one, he said.
I don't know. I vaguely remember watching the first one with you.
Tremors 1 is like a perfect movie. Tremors 1 is so good.
Yeah, Derek, if you want to see people getting eaten by giant worms, Tremors 1, that's the movie for you, man.
It's so fucking good.
Kevin Bacon's in it.
I think about that on the daily, so I'll check that out.
Yeah, I own it, Derek. So if you want to watch it, you can come.
Yeah, he's got it on Blu-ray.
I got it from Wade. Wade got it for me.
Yeah,
Wade owns all 7 of them. So
yes.
Do not watch any of the other ones, though, Derek. Don't.
Maybe check out 4. 4's pretty all right.
4's okay if you.
4's got a nice little like charm to it.
The only reason Wade likes it because it's a Western.
That's not the only reason, but that's one reason.
That's the main reason.
That's a good reason to like it.
That's a reason. I know nobody else gives a fuck about Westerns, but Westerns are good, all right?
But yeah, we've already talked about everything I've seen. So, you ready to get into the news, boys?
What we got to do? Are we doing the Loki discussion?
I guess. Are we doing that now, or are you going to wait until we get to the Marvel stuff?
We have a system on this. I don't know if you ever watched this show, but we always do the MC review after the stuff we talk about.
Well, Derek hasn't seen Loki, so he can't really.
I don't care. You can talk about anything you want.
We can spoil it.
That's fine. Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
But Wade hasn't seen it either.
So Wade hasn't seen it? Okay.
No.
I'm not the only one.
So, MC review. We're going to talk about, I guess you're going to talk about Loki as a whole, and then the finale also.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll talk about the whole thing. Dylan, just overall, did you like it, not like it? What are your thoughts?
Originally, when I got done watching it, I thought it was like fantastic. Like I didn't know where I was going to put it like, among the 3 shows that are out right now. But honestly, I just think it's good. It's not great, but it's good at this point.
Out of the 3 shows so far, is it the worst for you? Is it the middle, the best?
If we're not counting the season finale of WandaVision, it's probably at the bottom. If we are, then WandaVision's at the bottom, and Falcon and Winter Soldier's at the top.
That finale of WandaVision really
ruined like the whole show.
Everything else about that show, but that fucking finale was so bad.
The finale is trash, and I don't even want to think about it. So yeah, honestly, WandaVision
it's not canon.
Yeah. WandaVision at the bottom, then Loki, then Falcon and Winter Soldier.
All right, that's respectable.
It's got its problems, and
I liked Loki still. When I rewatch it with Derek, I'm gonna see how much I still like it. Because watching it week to week, it was kind of like the WandaVision thing where I was like, oh, like what's gonna happen next type thing. So
it's a lot of that hype.
I was gonna say rewatching it and knowing what's gonna happen, I'm gonna see how interesting it still is. Dylan, I think you will agree with me that episode 3 is definitely the worst episode. I think it was episode 3.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's the worst episode, but I feel like if somebody if Wade watched it, it'd probably be like his favorite episode.
Is that the one where it's all talking?
all talking.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like there's a lot of talking in the whole show. Like I think the season finale is pretty much all talking too.
But yeah, if you're going into the show for action, that's not what this is.
Not a lot of action at all, which
No,
I think
there's
was a good way to go. I think a lot of the talking is like really good and really interesting.
It's really interesting stuff, but like episode 3 doesn't do much. Like they start at a starting point and they end on the same starting point.
Yeah, nothing really happens. It's
like
very
you're just like, why did I watch this episode? We're in the same spot we were at the beginning of the episode.
It's very separated from the rest of the show.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's really there to establish like the connection between the two characters, but I really don't even feel like it does a good job doing that. Like they still kind of don't really like each other.
So it's just like
it pretty much, yeah.
For a 6-episode thing, there's a
I hate that they do that. It's like, hey, we're gonna have like 4 episodes. Here's a bunch of filler bullshit. It's like, don't do that when you have 6 episodes.
Yeah, I think me and Devin definitely agree that episode 3 kind of
episode 3 is the worst, and I don't think it's bad. I just think it's the worst out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Also, the reason I don't like episode 3, and I think you mentioned this once when we were talking about it, episode 2 ends so well, and then they don't do anything with it.
Episode 2 has a really, really good and really interesting ending, and you just like, it's like such a big cliffhanger, and like you want to know what happens, and it doesn't touch on it at all on episode 3. And then at all for the rest of the show, like it just kind of goes away, and you're just like, well.
Wait, I know. Me and you talked about this. I don't know if you remember, but this is the episode where I told you it felt like the episode before the season finale, where like they bombed the timeline, is what they called it, and like there's a bunch of branching timelines, and you're like, oh, what's going to happen next? And the episode ends, and then episode 3 doesn't touch on it.
Well, you know what they're going to do with that? They're going to talk about that in 15 other movies.
No, because like it's just fixed.
No, yeah.
Like, they fixed it.
Like I guess that's what happened. Like you expect the next episode to be like, because they end the episode, everyone's like leaving to go fix everything. So you expect the next episode to be like seeing them fix everything. But then episode 4 rolls around, and they're just like, oh well, everything's fine now. Like you don't get to see
everything's fixed. I think Tom Hiddleston did a really good job.
Hiddleston's great.
I know, Wade, you're like, I don't really care about Loki because I already know everything about Loki. I feel like
I'm sure Tom Hiddleston's performance, it's kind of unfair with a lot of these MCU fucks, especially the ones who have been doing it for 10 years, because it's like they're kind of just that character now. Like it's kind of it's kind of obvious to say that like he did well as Loki, because like he's him. Like
Loki.
He's been good as Loki for the last decade.
That's true. Yeah. But I do think there is some stuff that you can learn from this show about Loki that you don't from
I don't care about Loki.
I know you don't, but I'm just saying. Just mentioning it for other people that may want to know about this.
And I think another problem with Loki is like they like obviously it's supposed to be the Loki from Battle in New York from the end game. But like literally by the end of episode 1, he's just Infinity War Loki again.
That's what I was wondering. Like how is he playing the like that? Because Avengers 1 Loki and like Infinity War Loki are two completely different Lokis. Like how does he does he start off as like that cocky, like arrogant, like up his own ass? Like
it's very short lived though, I think. Like they just kind of show him everything that's happened and then he just kind of turns into Infinity War Loki. So
that's kind of lame.
I don't know. I kind of wanted to see more of Battle of New York Loki, but I don't know. He's there a bit. It's kind of fun for a minute, but
Owen Wilson does a great job, I feel like.
I've heard he's really good.
They should have had a Cars reference in there, but they didn't.
That would have been
stupid.
I mean, they could have, but
they could have.
No. I like Owen Wilson.
There was nobody in the show that was like they did a terrible job. Everybody did a good job. I felt like
like that. I don't know. I feel like the girl. I don't know the actor's name. Sylvie. I feel like her whole thing in episode 3, and I feel like Tom Hiddleston in episode 3 too. They're both just kind of like weird. They were just acting really weird the whole episode. I don't feel like they have like a lot of chemistry, at least in that episode. I don't know what happened with this episode, but it just did not.
M. Night Shyamalan directed it.
Honestly, could have been. But other than that, like episode 4, 5, and 6 are like fantastic. Like they're so good.
Yeah, episode 4, 5, and 6. It's got that WandaVision feel. It's like what's going to happen. Because like each episode, you're just like, what's going to happen in the next episode? Like, how is it going to continue?
Episode 5 is like arguably a lot of filler, but I think it's like really good. Like it's it's filler, like, but it's good filler. Like interesting and really cool filler. I think. Like I think episode 5 would be probably one of your favorite, if not episode 6.
I'd go episode 6 is my favorite, the season finale. And I think, Wade, if you're going to watch any of them, I think you can honestly jump into episode 6 and understand everything that happened. If you want to see,
so the rest of the show is pointless.
It's not pointless.
I don't have to watch.
No,
like
if you don't want to watch it and you want to know like what's happening.
Yeah, if you want to know more detail about episode 6, you would watch the whole thing. But you can jump into episode 6, and I think they would explain it well enough that you would understand what's happening.
And I think you would like it too. I mean, obviously,
there's a black person in it, so
I was gonna say
I would watch it.
So good. I've heard he's fantastic. I've heard great things.
He stole the episode.
Honestly, like if we don't get this specific Kang back in like another series or show or movie or whatever, like I'm gonna be mad because he's
that's
so
the thing.
good.
I remember talking about that with Devin, where it's like I think the fact with like the variants and stuff, I think they're gonna use that as kind of a excuse for like if he shows up in another movie and his performance is different, or if they want to like take him in a different direction, they could just say like, oh, well, this is a different version. I think that's kind of what they're going to use. So maybe the next version of him might be a serious, boring asshole. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, I don't want that. Like, it'd just be like if he's the big bad for this phase, it's if they make him just another serious person, it's just gonna be like Thanos.
Yeah, they need to differentiate him from Thanos a little bit. I don't want him to be too goofy. I don't want him to be like Ultron, because it didn't make any fucking sense for Ultron to be like a goofy idiot. But like if he's a little bit more like sarcastic with it, like I'd be a little bit more okay with that.
Yeah, I definitely think you would like how he is in the season finale.
I can't wait to see him in the suit. We got a little tease of that, like statues and stuff with him.
Yeah,
but we didn't get to see his suit. So.
You think we're actually going to see the suit?
Yeah, 100%. If he's the
like
big
like
bad,
the full-on suit and that dumb fucking helmet that he wears.
That's what he had in the statues. He had that on the statues and stuff. So
hey, I mean, they changed Thanos' look 7 times, so they might have him.
I mean,
he
still looked similar to what he looked like in the comics.
So. He got his skin lightened.
His skin color was different, but
he looks more like Josh Brolin.
Overall, he looked like Thanos from the comics.
Yeah.
I think they might go the serious route, even though that's not what Dylan wants. I think that's the way they're gonna maybe do it, because that's how Kang is always portrayed, as like a cold, calculated person. Like, oh, I know what's gonna happen, so I don't need to show emotion because I know exactly what's gonna happen. Type thing. I don't know. Maybe they won't. They change characters all the time in the movies and stuff like that. So yeah, I think the next time we'll see him is definitely Ant-Man 3. I don't think he'll show up anywhere other than that. It's coming up soon. Because we know he's in Ant-Man 3 because he's been confirmed to be in that. But overall, Loki is pretty damn good, I would say. But I'll have to wait until I rewatch it before I can completely say like, oh, it's the best or the worst of the show so far. I still think Falcon and Winter Soldier is the best show, personally.
Easily, yeah,
so
it's the best.
Yeah, and some people would disagree with that. I know a lot of people were like, "Oh, Falcon and Winter Soldier is boring," but it's the best thing. It's the best thing Marvel Studios has done in a long time.
Derek likes the Super Soldier run. I know he does. That's his favorite part.
The Super Soldier run?
Yeah, he just likes it when they run. He likes it when they run.
Derek.
All right.
I remember when you saw Bucky running, you're like, dang.
I just make fun of it because they run so fast. It's pretty funny, especially like in
the Super Soldiers.
In Civil War when they're just running like faster than the cars.
Hey, that's a cool scene. I like that.
Cool.
It is
that's
cool.
A dope scene.
And Bucky just gives up and gets on a bike.
So, yeah, I don't feel like running.
Yeah, he's got a man in a giant cat suit chasing after him. I'd give up too and be like, I'm getting on a motorcycle. I'm fucking outrunning this bitch.
It's just funny.
Also, the scene in Infinity War is cool too when Cap and Black Panther are running in front of everybody.
That's what dreams are made of, all right?
That's awesome. That's awesome. But yeah, I don't think there's anything much else to say about Loki because like
music's really good.
The music is the best thing in the MCU since like the Avengers.
That's not saying much because I don't really like a lot of the MCU music, but I think it's really good in this show. It's cool.
It is really good. And I know we mentioned this last time, but that wasn't in a video that got posted. But there is a season 2 confirmed coming. Yeah. I don't know how it's gonna work because like is Loki not gonna show up in anything until season 2 or like how? I have no idea how that's gonna work.
I don't know. Well, he's gonna be in Doctor Strange too.
You think so?
No, that was confirmed. They said that.
But like, is it this Loki or is it a different Loki?
I don't fucking know. It's
like as Loki.
I don't fucking know. It's a Loki.
Could be the Gator. The Gator could show up.
Gator Loki.
Is that a real Gator or was that a fucking CG Gator?
It's CG.
I 100% think it was CG.
Bullshit. Get a real
Very-
gator. All
It
right.
may have been a
Very
puppet at
CG.
one point. I don't know. But I doubt
Bullshit.
it.
Might not even be a real Loki.
Yeah,
Just-
he could just be a gator.
I think that's one of the best parts of that. That's
He's
the
a
really
gator,
good
they put a little
episode.
hat on it.
Literally,
Because,
yeah.
like, Because like they go like they're like, is that a Loki? And they just go, yeah, that's a Loki, and then they don't mention it again. It's like, well, is it? Like,
maybe
it's just a gator,
yeah.
That'd be really funny.
little baby gator.
Gator doesn't talk.
No, why would it talk? It's a
The
gator.
fucking Throg talks.
Throg. Fun fact: Throg was voiced by Chris
Yeah, I saw
Hemsworth in this show.
That's
So,
fun.
But I was a little disappointed they didn't talk about Thor a lot, which I know it's not about Thor, but like I wanted to know like Sylvie's story about her Thor. I wanted to know how that worked out for her. And
I don't know. I feel like they might talk about it a bit in season 2.
Maybe, but like Loki doesn't say anything to her about it either. Like, oh yeah, like I wanted to kill him or what? Like, no, like I don't know. It was just weird.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that you would think they'd mentioned it a little bit more.
They did mention it once. That little kid Loki. They were like, "Why are you in charge?" And he's like, "Because I killed Thor." And everybody's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like that's
That part's
intense.
cool. I like that.
That part is cool.
So he killed a 12-year-old?
I don't know. I don't know.
What the age difference is, honestly.
fucked up.
But yeah. But I mean, the Loki is also a 12-year-old. So I mean,
Yeah, I know, but it's child murder.
yeah.
Is it murder if it's still a child? Like they're
Yes.
both still
Yes,
children?
yes, it's
Still
murder.
murder, Devin. Was it murder if he's a toddler? Yes, he murdered a guy.
If a baby murders somebody, is it murder?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's still murder.
But
I don't know
does it
how a baby would murder
It's a
someone.
baby.
Like
Does
on
it know-
purpose.
Most murderers don't know that they're murdering people. That's why they're fucking crazy.
No, they
Like,
know that they're murdering people, but like
some of them do.
a baby wouldn't know.
A baby, it doesn't matter. If you walk into a house and a baby's covered in blood with a knife, that's murdered. All right.
Like
That baby
say a
kills someone.
baby
Doesn't
had a
matter
knife.
if he's aware. It's still he murdered someone.
Say a baby had a knife, it's in its little high chair, and then you trip and fall, and then it drops the knife on accident and it kills you.
But
Is
then
that
the baby
murder?
didn't kill you. I don't think that's murder.
The baby did kill you. What are you talking about?
You just dropped the knife. It was an accident.
But it doesn't matter. The baby killed you. You wouldn't have died if the baby didn't have
It's
that
still
knife.
murder.
So-
It's accidental murder, but it's murder.
No.
It's like how Matthew Broderick accidentally murdered someone with his car. Like, he didn't intend for it to happen, but he killed someone. Like, it's murder.
They framing the baby.
He's framing the baby.
That ain't his fault.
Like
Frame my man.
the baby, like the rapper or music person, the baby?
The baby
I-
did kill someone.
Yeah,
What?
the
Like,
That's
baby.
shot
bad
someone.
baby for one, and that's a grown woman.
What are you talking
No,
about?
I think the baby actually killed someone.
Yeah,
he
the
like shot
baby
someone
shot
like a grocery
someone.
store or something.
Is there
It's
there
self-defense.
I was not aware that there was a person named Da Baby.
Never heard of the baby?
Let's
Oh
go.
my god! Just like Devin, just,
I don't listen to
under a rock.
music.
He's like
Like-
one of the most famous.
He is.
rappers
I don't give a shit.
right now.
The baby.
He's like a joke now. He's like a meme. But
He is.
'Cause his name is
With a
Da
name
Baby.
like Da Baby. Yeah, I make
Yeah.
his ass too. I don't care how many teardrops you got. All right, your name's Da Baby.
the bite. Yeah, he killed someone though.
So,
much better
a
than
lot of rappers have, it's just a thing that you do. OJ Simpson killed somebody and he got away with it. So
I mean, yeah, he also wasn't a rapper.
it doesn't matter. He's a football player. So
Oh, yeah,
famous people, they kill people and they get away with it.
they really do. Honestly,
Yeah, especially the
Caitlyn
beginning
Jenner.
of the part.
Caitlyn Jenner murdered someone and then became a woman to kind of get everyone away from talking about that.
The ultimate cover-up. Just
Exactly.
Honestly,
become a woman.
yeah,
Just become a woman. And no one will threaten
No,
you
no.
with jail time.
exactly.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
All right. Are we now ready for the movie news?
Movie news.
All right, Derek, what you got? Hit me with your movie news.
Boy, who you talking
It
to?
is with the Fortnite news, Jimbo.
Yeah, hit us with the. We can do
Is
a
there a
video
Fortnite
game
movie
news.
coming?
No. They did actually wait, no. They did like this like event like last week, and it was like they did like a movie in the game that you went to go watch.
What?
It was weird.
I know.
Like
I
a
heard.
real movie or like a movie they
No,
made?
it was like it was called Short Night, and it was really weird.
considered
It was
a
like
midget in a
an
night
hour.
outfit?
No, it was just these two characters. No lines of dialogue are spoken. These two characters are like just walking in a field. They like sit down as like a campfire. Then they just start beating the crap out of each other, and that's the whole thing.
That sounds like Fortnite for you.
How
Yeah.
long is it?
They played like a bunch of them. It was like probably like 40, 50 minutes.
What?
40 to 50 minutes. You sat there for
What?
40 to 50 minutes and just watched more Fortnite stuff?
It wasn't Fortnite. I mean,
It was,
like
a, it was a
short
movie
night.
within the Fortnite world.
But you could have, but with that time wasted watching all this dumb stuff, you could have just played more Fortnite.
but it was just interesting. It was weird.
Is Space Jam the most recent thing updated into Fortnite? I don't know if you heard about that, Wade, but they put
Space Jam
they
shit.
put Space
They put
Jam in.
LeBron in there.
Yeah, they put
LeBron-
LeBron in
Cool.
Fortnite.
LeBron can start cranking on some kids.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness. Is that the most recent pop culture thing they put in there though?
Yeah, probably.
I think, didn't they put some the Suicide Squad characters in there?
Yeah, like Harley Quinn's in there. I think she's the only one.
Of course. Of course.
That makes sense.
That's the only one they were like, yeah, we got to put Harley Quinn in there.
Everybody knows her.
Can't put King Shark or nothing in there.
No, you can't put the black guy in there.
Nah.
No.
Well, Peacemaker's in there. You just can't see him.
Why can't you see him? Oh,
John
it's
Cena.
John Cena. I was thinking Drax. I was like, that's not Drax. Like,
I don't know. Snake Eyes is in there. I don't know if that's more recent
that's
than
G.I. Joe.
That's kind of recent.
because of the new movie.
Didn't that just come out?
Yeah, that came out last month, I think.
I have a feeling that movie is terrible. I don't know why.
Apparently, it's
I
not
mean,
good. I've
I
heard
I
it's bad.
knew-
anybody talk about it. So
It looked like the Mortal Kombat trailer. I'm like, Mortal Kombat was terrible. This looks like Mortal Kombat. So I don't have much news. I think the one news that I have, you probably have on yours, Wade. So for the movies, at least. The movies.
Probably.
What you got? You can hit us with the news.
I have some fun, interesting news.
Oh,
There's a new Predator film in the works. I think
Of
they're
course
shooting
there
it
is.
like currently.
Disney's
it's
making
it. Yeah, it is. It's a Disney production.
Really?
yeah.
Uh,
Disney owns Predator now.
yeah,
'cause they
they
bought
own-
Fox.
Yeah, they own the Predator franchise now. And it's going to be a prequel.
Oh, like the Western.
I don't know when it's set, but apparently it's going to be about the first Predator to ever come to Earth. So it's probably going to be set like a long time ago.
Western.
It'd
Make
be
it a
cool if it
Western.
was like a Western or like a Viking thing. Like that's what I want them to do with this fucking
Oh my
franchise.
gosh, a Viking versus a Predator would be amazing.
Yeah, do that.
I thought like
That'd
they
be
were
cool.
were like Egyptian. I thought they were like
What?
That's not
No,
canon.
oh
He's talking about AVP when they were, like, on
Oh.
the pyramid or whatever. That's not canon.
I
And also,
remember.
it was bad. So just get rid of
and
it.
also Viking and Western are completely different eras.
I know they are, Derek.
They are, but like one or the other. I want to see a Predator wield
they, like,
like
fight?
a Colt 45.
I want
I
to see
wanna-
a cowboy versus a predator.
I want to see a Viking versus
Oh
a
my
Predator.
God,
That'd
that'd be
actually be kind of cool.
That would be
That'd be
cool.
dope.
I'd be down for that. Derek, have
Yeah.
you seen any of the Predator movies?
No,
No. Predator 1's really good.
Predator 1 is perfection. Predator 2 is really goofy, but I like Predator 2. It's really it's so fucking weird. But I like Predator 2. Haven't seen Predator 3. I've heard it's like all right. Predator 4 is utter garbage, and it's honestly kind of offensive.
Is the new one, the newest one, is that 4? Is that
4. That's
Yeah,
the
okay.
Predator.
The Predator? The one that they made it look like yeah, this is serious. We're doing a comeback, and then it was really bad.
Well, it was. I mean, the trailers made it look, and honestly, kind of look like the Suicide Squad trailers, where it's like, oh, dick jokes and Tourette's. Isn't that funny? Like blah blah blah. Like there's literally a character in the movie with Tourette's, and they make a joke out of it every time he has like a
Oh my God.
Tourette's freak out. They also there's also this little kid character who like the entire like plot of the movie is that like autism is the next stage of human evolution.
What?
And the kid's autistic. That's a thing in the movie.
Who
that's why,
wrote
like,
this movie? M.
Bunch
Night
of hack
Shyamalan?
screenwriters. And it's like this is kind of offensive. But, all right.
Like I feel like you could make a good Predator movie nowadays. Like that's one of the
Yeah,
few.
it's not hard. Get an alien, put him in a jungle, have people fight him. That's
Yeah.
that's what the first Predator movie did. Just do that, but in a different time period. That's all you
That's
got
one
to
of
do.
the few movies from like the 90s and 80s that I'm like, you could do it and make it good. Like Terminator, I don't think you can make a good Terminator in modern day anymore.
I would love a like genuine follow up to Terminator 2 where it's like John Connor's life after Terminator 2 where he's just like a schlub. but that would never happen.
He's a fat homeless man.
Yeah, like that would never happen.
And then like Rambo, I don't think you can make a good Rambo.
You could.
You could.
You
but
could.
I don't see it happening. So,
And I've heard Rambo 5 isn't terrible, but
Last Blood.
yeah.
Mm.
Because First Blood is like one of my favorite things ever. Just make another First Blood.
Rambo
It's
First
like
Blood is it's one of the best movies.
It's
the
fucking so
best
good.
Sylvester Stallone movies out there that you can watch. So.
It's for me, it's kind of between that and Rocky. Rocky 1 is fantastic.
Rocky's pretty good. Depends on what you're going for. You're looking for murder. You're just looking to beat people up.
He doesn't murder anyone in First Blood, Devin.
He murders a lot of people.
No, he doesn't. Go back and watch First Blood.
That guy was stabbed with those spikes.
He accidentally kills. That guy got in the way of the spikes.
Oh,
right?
okay.
He accidentally kills one of
Now
the
accidentally
out.
killing
pilots.
isn't murder.
Yeah,
Okay.
accidentally killing isn't murder.
It's not. No, it's not. Because he set down some spikes. That fucker shouldn't have been in the woods.
Who else is he setting spikes up for? He's fighting like the whole police station.
He's having an episode. All right, maybe he's hunting.
Leave him alone.
And he's like, I'm out in the jungle. I'm gonna go eat some pigs, and I gotta set up some spikes to kill some pigs. And then some fucker steps on it and dies. That's not his fault.
I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen First Blood in a while. I know he murders people in the second one for sure.
Well, second, third one are just it's just an.
He shot a rocket launcher at a guy in the second one.
Yeah.
In a helicopter. Not the guy he was in the helicopter. Doesn't make any sense. Anyways.
None of the movies after the first one make any fucking sense.
No. The first one is fantastic though. So.
The first one's awesome.
What other news do we got?
There's apparently. Have you ever seen The Exorcist? The original
this was the one thing I had on mine.
Oh,
Dylan's seen The Exorcist, right?
Yeah.
You've seen The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Do you like The Exorcist?
Yeah.
Prepare for it to get fucking ruined like everything else. We're getting a
I've-
new Exorcist trilogy that's apparently connected to the original film.
I've heard about this news.
You don't think they can make this good?
They're not going to.
No,
They
there's
could.
No way.
They very much could. They won't.
It'll be bad.
Because Exorcist 3 is very good. And because it has nothing to do with the first one. This one, I feel like they're going to have so many callbacks to the first movie. Just like, hey, you know this thing, right? Here it is again. Because one of the actors from the first movie, Ellen Burstyn, who plays Reagan's mom, she's coming back in this at least the first movie. They're doing a trilogy. Just like, all right, why?
Yeah, like how many things can you do with The Exorcist in 3 movies? Like
I don't know. Just more people need to get exercised. I don't know.
I know, like they say that the first one is like based on true events or whatever.
Supposedly.
Like, are these supposed to be supposedly based on things after?
No,
that,
this
or
is all
like...
bullshit.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be bad.
This is all bullshit.
So yeah, I haven't seen The Exorcist. I don't think Derek has either. So
Nope.
The Exorcist is a movie that I would literally describe as a perfect movie.
Derek,
It's not in reality because there is no such thing as a perfect movie, but it's one of those movies you watch, you just go, how the fuck did they do this?
That's the one. I'm pretty sure that's the one where the kid or the guy or whatever levitates and like pukes all over the room or whatever.
It's a female child.
A female child.
Oh, God.
I knew it was it was a person that levitates and pukes everywhere and all that. That's the famous scene that I know from that movie. But other than that, I don't know anything else about it.
Watch the theatrical version. Do not watch the director's cut.
Usually the director's cut's better, not in this case.
Usually, but because the director's cut, it's funny about the director's cut because the director's cut isn't really the director's cut. The director's cut is the theatrical version, and then like 20 years went by, and the writer was like, "Hey, can you just like put these scenes back in, please? I kind of want them." And then the director was like, "All right, fuck, stop annoying me," and he put it back in. So it's technically not like the director's version; it's the writer's cut technically. But
oh my gosh. Well, I'm not excited for these because I haven't seen the original.
I'm not either. And they're also going to be $400 million for the trilogy. It's like, why are you making a big budget like horror Exorcist movie? Like, fuck off.
A lot of CG. That's what it sounds like.
Probably.
That's probably what it's going to be.
Where's the practical effect, man?
Dude, the first movie's all practical
because they had to.
Incredible.
There wasn't CG.
It's
I mean,
good too. Yeah.
There was like
fucking awesome.
There was like like you could cut stuff out back then.
Yeah, you could do like matte paintings and composites and stuff, but
there wasn't like CG back
then. And that entire movie still holds up because every single aspect of it is real. Like
that's what you say about the thing, right?
John Carpenter's The Thing.
You say that all the time about the thing.
Yeah, the movie holds up amazingly.
I haven't seen that either.
Oh my god,
That's a movie you need to watch.
like your wet dream because I know how much you love like practical effects. That
It's
is
so good.
That movie is like a godsend.
That's the one where the guy gets eaten out of that dude's belly.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm making sure I got these movies.
And be careful which one you watch because there's The Thing from Another World, which is the one from the 50s, but it's pretty much just called The Thing. And then there's John Carpenter's The Thing, which is the 80s one, which is the one with Kurt Russell that has all the practical effects. And then there's the other, like the remake prequel that's also just called The Thing. So if you're going to watch it, be careful which one you're watching.
Go for the 80s.
Go for the 80s one.
That's
Because
what
80s
I mean, you
was
could
a
watch the
great
50s
time.
one because the 50s one is really good. But if you
I don't
old
watch
movies-
black and white stuff.
Yeah, for some reason.
Oh, and then the ending of the thing, perfect. I love
The
it.
thing is awesome.
I've seen black and white stuff. Don't fight me. Wait, I've seen black and white.
Yeah, but you're prejudiced against black and white, all right?
I don't. No, that's
It's like,
not
oh, it's
true.
old. Ew, I don't want to watch it.
I've seen the classic Casablanca. I've seen it.
Everyone's seen Casablanca.
Don't hasn't.
I haven't seen Cosmo.
Derek
Probably
hasn't.
seen clips
I
from it.
haven't.
I think that's the only black and white. No, I think I've seen another black and white movie.
You saw The Lighthouse, you fucker.
That's not what I'm
Does that
talking
count?
about. I'm talking about movies
Black and white
from
movie.
an era where they had to be in black and white.
You probably seen more than that. I don't know what you've seen.
I think I have. Oh, I've seen Citizen Kane.
Oh yeah,
That's like the first like true movie. People are like that's a movie. That's what people say about that movie.
It's a
not
movie.
true at all.
Like that's like
That's not the
modern-
first time people went to a movie
No.
and went, oh fuck,
Yeah,
that's
wow,
a movie.
that's a movie.
but like it has a lot of modern
It's
aspects of it.
it created like
Yeah.
modern filmmaking.
You knew what I was saying.
I knew, but you worded it weird because you're you.
You know, Wade understands what I say when I say it.
I do.
okay?
It's so
Doesn't
weird.
mean
that,
everyone
like,
else does.
Devin's horrible at like English. I don't know why, but like he'll say a word and I'm like, no, it's this, and he's like, oh yeah, that's it.
Or like I'll just be like, you remember that guy from that movie? And Wade would be like, that guy? And I'm like, yeah,
It's
that
that
guy.
Remember that dude
Wade-
with the face and the ears?
Wade just knows who I'm
I'm
talking
like, oh yeah, you mean Nick Cage?
about. Yeah, I forget people's names all the time. I'll be like,
My
"Oh."
mom does that all the time, where she's like, "Hey, what was that thing that movie I watched about the dude doing the thing and the other guy punched him?" And I'm like, "Oh, you're talking about Con Air?" And she's like, "Yeah, how'd you know that?" I was like, "I don't know."
Just read your mind. I know exactly what you're talking about. That was the only movie news I had was the Exorcist trilogy.
it?
So yeah, that was the only thing I had.
Jesus Christ!
What else you got, Wade?
Speaking of bullshit,
Oh, great.
apparently we're getting Expendables 4.
Oh, okay. Is The
Never
Rock
seen
going to be in it?
It would make sense for him to be in it. I don't
It
think
would.
he's in it.
He's not been in the other ones, right?
No.
Okay, I thought he may have been in the third one, but I couldn't remember. He won't be in it if Vin Diesel's in it. So
What are these
I don't know.
movies about? I've never seen
big-
any of them.
big
They're
jack
pretty much
guys.
just excuses for old like 80s action heroes to like come back together and just be old action heroes. Like it's pretty much just paying homage to like old action movies.
like
with
name somebody,
action stars.
name an action star, and he's in those movies. I guarantee.
most of it. Yeah, like Jason Statham, Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Harrison Ford,
Jet
Bruce
Li.
Willis.
Harrison Ford's in one of them. Bruce Willis is in a couple of them before he just stopped caring about himself. Mel Gibson's in one of them. Like anyone who's ever been in an action movie. Wesley Snipes is in a couple of them. Like this was like right after he got out of prison. He jumped into the first Expendables movie, and everyone's like, "Oh, Wesley Snipes is in a movie again. That's cool. He's out of jail."
I think this one could be. You could do something cool. Like you can get like Dave Bautista, The Rock. You can get like a bunch of younger action
I
star
think Dave
guys.
Bautista was in one of them.
Was he?
I think he was in the third one.
Yeah, Henry
Because they
Cavill.
did that in the third one where they brought in a bunch of like new guys and no one liked it. They were like, no, stop.
do that with this one, but make it better.
Henry Cavill's not really like an action guy though.
He was in Mission Impossible.
He's in one movie.
He's in
like, you
Superman.
need someone who's been like, I'm an action, like I'm no like Keanu Reeves.
You could do Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves
John
would be
Wick.
perfect.
Just make him John Wick. and
Make him the
then-
villain.
Oh, that's interesting.
That'd be fucking really cool.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews is in them already.
I know. Get him come back.
I'd be fine with that.
We can leave out Vin Diesel. It's fine.
We don't need Vin Diesel. He's too busy making 18 Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, I can't wait till they finish on 10 and they're done.
Well, 10 is going to be a two-parter. So there's 11 technically. So
Why,
and we still got
why
Hobbs and Shaw. We still got those fucking movies coming.
No, apparently not, because the Rock said he was done. He's not coming back.
He said he was
so-
done with Fast and Furious. He's still gonna do.
Oh, wow.
Because
Okay.
they have him and Vin Diesel have that bullshit like feud going.
Technicalities.
So it's a
whatever.
technicality bullshit. But yeah, he's not gonna give up on that franchise. He's gonna milk that fucking.
I would. I'd give up on that franchise. Even though Hobbs and Shaw was kind of fun.
Hobbs and Shaw was alright.
I'm Black Superman.
I'm Black Superman.
It's amazing. What else? What other news?
Speaking of Black Superman, apparently there's been news floating around that Netflix desperately wants Christopher Nolan to kind of come on board and make some movies.
I've heard
for
about
them.
this. I want this to happen. I don't care what Nolan says. I want more Nolan stuff. Put it on Netflix.
I'm interested in this because I know Nolan is very much for like, oh no, fuck streaming theaters, man. it'd be really interesting if he went, all right, I'll make a couple streaming movies.
This could be Netflix's chance, though, to also branch out into making theatrical releases.
Yeah,
This could be that thing that they do.
they've had some limited theatrical stuff. Like I know Scorsese with like The Irishman and stuff that got like a limited thing. But it'd be cool if he partnered with Netflix to actually like put stuff out in theaters. Like that would be fun.
I want another space movie, Nolan.
I don't know what the hell he's doing next. He hasn't said.
I want another space movie. Interstellar was great. I want another
I
one.
don't know if he's gonna do another space movie. He'll probably do something else.
I don't care. Do another one.
Do another movie about magicians fighting each other.
I haven't seen that still. So
You need to. It's fucking.
I know you tell me every time on this podcast to
It's
watch.
so
that
fucking good. That's
we all-
gonna be another one of those things where it's like 10 years from now you're gonna watch this and be like, oh yeah, this is fucking
That
fantastic.
was really good.
Like, you should
Maybe-
have fucking watched it.
Maybe
What
me and
movie
Derek
you
can
talking
watch
about?
it.
The
Face
Prestige.
Off. Or not
Face Off.
not Face Off. The Prestige. I mean, you want me to watch Face Off too. so.
Oh, dude, Face Off is one of the best action movies ever made.
Maybe me and Derek can watch them both. Maybe because Dylan's leaving.
I mean, get prepared because they're both like 3 hours.
because Nolan makes long ass movies.
He does.
I don't understand why. Me and Derek were on a binge watching Nolan movies for a a little bit.
Should have fucking watched The Prestige.
Derek liked most of them, I think, except for Tenet. I mean, I don't know if he didn't dislike Tenet.
He's just
And it was
confused.
just- Was just confusing,
I
especially
was,
like the
I was
last
confused
part.
with Tenet.
I still haven't seen it.
Get ready for like a mind bending.
Get ready to pay attention to a movie harder than you've ever paid attention to a movie.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you turn your head for like a second and just like look at the wall for like a second, you're gonna be lost.
yeah.
But even trying to pay attention to this movie, you're still like,
Yeah.
what?
You need like a pen and paper. You need to be taking notes. You need to like study for this fucking movie.
You're gonna need to take a test after this. Like have you rewatched it since theaters? Wade?
No, I want to. I might do that this weekend actually. 'Cause
rewatching
I want to watch the behind the scenes stuff too.
rewatching it, I think made it worse. Honestly, like I thought I knew what was going on, and then I rewatched it. I was like, maybe I don't know what's going on.
I don't care if I understand it. I just want to see that fucking giant airplane crash into that building.
That's
again, 'cause I
awesome.
was-
Yeah, Dylan, they crashed a real airplane into a building because no
What?
one's insane.
That's
No
like
one's
terrorism,
insane.
isn't it?
Not 9/11. It was on the
Yeah,
ground.
that's what I'm thinking about.
They didn't fly it into the building. They drove it
Nolan's
into
like,
the
hey,
building.
imagine Nolan making a 9/11 like movie. He's like, no, we're gonna crash real fucking airplanes into.
We gotta build the World Trade Center again,
again.
Just so we
to
can
fly
knock
a
it
plane
back
into
down.
it.
Jesus.
New York,
And then
prepare
he'll cast Mark
yourself.
Wahlberg in the movie. And put him on one of the planes.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
He
there's terrorists.
I could see him doing it, but using like miniatures. I could see him doing that.
Oh yeah, he'd do miniatures. and
He would
shit.
do miniatures.
I think he would crash a plane into a building, but it wouldn't be like in flight. I think he would just do it like he'd do it on the ground, but he'd make it look like it was in flight.
Yeah, but yeah,
In the
Dylan. They
movie.
Did he not actually do it? I'm
no,
confused now.
he did. He bought a real giant
It's like a big
commercial
fucking
plane, like a 747,
Yeah.
and they drove it into a building.
Yeah.
Just cause.
Well, not just because it's fucking awesome.
No, I mean like they didn't have to. They could have CG'd it.
Like,
They just
yeah,
but-
Nolan doesn't have to do any of the shit
No,
he does,
he
but
doesn't.
he does it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, they drove a real giant plane into it, and they only had one shot. Like this is gonna be the shot. Like you can't do that twice.
Yeah, we don't have the budget for 5 planes.
Yeah, we gotta drive it into it and get the shot. I'm sure they had 20 cameras on that freaking thing.
Yeah, they did.
Jesus, like we're getting the shot.
And it was shot in IMAX. So if one of those cameras like blew up or like got like fell off that fucking, that would have cost so much fucking money.
Yeah, those IMAX cameras are
IMAX cameras are expensive. He had 20. This is how fucking nuts Nolan is. IMAX cameras are the most expensive cameras in the world. Nolan had 20 IMAX cameras like attached to that fucking attached to a giant airplane that they also had to pay for.
Jesus.
and then crashed it into a building.
Yeah, that man is
crazy.
nuts. He's
I love
insane.
him.
He probably wanted to film on location for Interstellar, but they're like, dude, you can't go to space.
We're not going to send you
Can't
into
store
a black
space.
hole, Nolan.
It's like, no, but we're doing it.
I don't care. We're doing it. All right.
I want more Nolan stuff. I don't care what he does. I like a lot of his more recent.
I would
stuff.
love like a mini series from Nolan. I think that would be really interesting.
I think he does better with his time limit, 2 hours.
I don't know. Well, see, but that's the thing though. He's very much about exposition. With a miniseries, he can just fucking that whole thing will just be like people talking about what's happening in the show
and
for
I don't
6
need
hours.
that. That's why he needs to be limited.
I don't know. I think it could work.
I mean, sure, anything could work, especially with Nolan.
I like to
Nolan
see
knows
it.
what he's doing. What if he came out and was like, "I'm going to make a Batman miniseries"?
Oh, dude, I'd be there day one. I'd watch that shit. I'd buy that shit on Blu-ray before it even comes out.
Like, you're giving it to me, Nolan. You're giving it to me now. Want it now. But yeah, I'm totally down for. I don't know how Netflix is going to swing that and try to get Nolan, but if they can, do it. Because like we talked about earlier, Netflix doesn't have much going for them right now, so they need need something.
And I think that'll be a big wake up call for WB because I know Nolan was like, "Fuck WB, I ain't working with them anymore."
Yeah.
So I think that might be the thing that kind of wakes up WB and is like, "Oh fuck, maybe we should like stop being shitheads about everything."
We should give the people what they want, aka Man of Steel 2. God damn it.
Well, there's some rumors going on about that.
Oh, is that later on news? Later on?
We'll talk about that.
I'm excited for DC news now. I'm excited.
There's some actually pretty interesting DC news.
Oh, I'm excited.
But we're still in movie news. Don't get
All
ahead of
right,
yourself.
I'm sorry. Let's move on. What else we got?
Scarlett Johansson sues Disney.
I left
There
that
we
in my
go.
Marvel news, but
I didn't know where to categorize that. I don't know. It's technically
kinda-
not Marvel. She's
I
not suing
agree with
Marvel,
this.
she's suing Disney.
I agree with this. Suing, honestly.
I do too.
Like,
Yeah. I agree with it. I feel like Disney's gonna handle it like really badly. Like,
Oh, Disney-
obviously
Have
she's
Have
not
you heard
gonna
their
be
response?
she's not gonna be in anything. No, I haven't heard anything about this.
They pretty much they were like, it's really like disconcerting that Scarlett Johansson doesn't care about the pandemic or whatever. Like that's what they said, and I was like, that's not what this is
Oh
about,
my
Disney.
God. Yeah,
Fuck
that's not what
off.
it's about at all.
all you have to do is write her a check, and this goes away.
Yeah, like because I'm sure I don't think ScarJo just came out and was like, "Oh, I didn't get paid enough. Oh, I'm suing you." I'm sure she was like, "Hey, can I get like a little bit extra money?" Because it was in my contract. And they were like, "No."
You promised me. I
And
was
she's
like,
like, "All right."
I was
I'm suing you."
expecting this money. Like, imagine your boss telling you, "Hey, you're going to be getting this check in like a year."
Yeah.
So like
And you
you're
get, like,
expecting
half
that
of it.
money, and you don't get it. Like I'd be
Yeah.
mad about that too. Even
Yeah, that's messed
if
up.
I already had enough money to go on, I was expecting that money. That was
And this is
mine.
also interesting because a lot of other, like I know Emily Blunt and Emma Stone recently, they were kind of in support of Scarlett Johansson because Emily Blunt's in the Jungle Cruise movie that just came out, and Emma Stone was in Cruella, and both of those movies also had like the streaming and the theatrical thing.
Mhm.
And they also, I think, had stuff in their contract that said like, "Oh, you get like so much from the theatrical release," and it said nothing about streaming stuff. So they're kind of like pissed off too, and I think they're talking about possibly joining ScarJo and suing Disney or whatever. It's really interesting that like I think going forward, Disney's gonna have like a stipulation about like streaming stuff in the contracts now.
You know what's even more interesting, which I don't know if you heard about this, but Kevin Feige jumped on and defended ScarJo, which
Mhm.
I thought he was going to stay silent about this because he's in charge of Marvel and be like I need to keep my job.
Well, Kevin Feige knows what he's doing. He knows he has enough clout over there that he can just go, "Hey Disney, pay her, or I ain't doing shit."
I mean, literally all they gotta do is like change the contract so that she gets like so much of like the premiere access or something. Because all that's
Not
what all
even
these
that.
movies are.
Not
They're all
even that.
premiere
Just
access movies.
just write her the check for the difference that she was.
Well,
going
she
over
was
that.
that,
she was
yeah.
saying that the movie didn't do well in theaters because of the premiere access,
which is
stuff.
true because people were watching it on.
Yeah.
Say, yeah,
and,
there's
and
like
Disney
definitely
came
less
out and said
money.
that premiere access, like she's made so much money off of premiere access, but like that wasn't what the contract was.
Right.
The contract was she gets so much from how well it does in the theater. Like that's
Because Disney doesn't release their numbers for their
they don't which is
Disney Plus
weird.
stuff, so we don't know how much like it's made,
Yeah.
and neither does probably Scarlett Johansson. I guarantee she doesn't know.
No.
So they could be making buku bucks off of Disney Plus and then
Yeah.
not telling ScarJo about it.
Right.
I'm sure they are making buku bucks off of that.
I'm sure they are. People are paying. People are having not me, but people are having to pay $30 to watch this movie.
Yeah. Which is
So-
more than theater tickets.
well, yeah. But if you get more than one person watching it, like you get 3 people to watch it, then it.
Well, yeah, but that's also the thing. That's how these movies are starting to lose money now, because if you go to the theater, multiple people, that could be $30-$40. You pay, you get 2-3 people together at your house, you pay $30 once.
Yeah, and it's
Like,
oh, yeah.
you're gonna make less.
Like,
that's,
I mean,
that's gonna be an interesting thing going forward with all these fucking movies and shit.
Who knows? But
I like how Kevin Feige came out and was just like, hey Disney, can you just stop being a shit?
He literally said,
Yeah.
I'm disappointed in Disney. I'm like, dang, Kevin. All right.
He doesn't give a fuck.
All right, Kevin.
That's awesome.
Because I know Disney's like, if Kevin's talking about it, they're like, we should do something about this. Like, if Kevin steps down,
I mean, he might be using this a little bit as maybe like not blackmail, but like, because I've heard recently that like there's some stuff that he's been wanting to do with Marvel stuff that they haven't been letting him do. So I think if he's like, hey, let me do this weird fucking movie, or I'm walking, all right, like pay ScarJo, or like, pay ScarJo the money and let me do this thing, or I'm fucking out. Like, I think he's kind of like using this as kind of like a bargaining.
Like, he's like, listen, I'll go to DC. I don't care.
I can go to DC, man. I know they want me.
And they're like, oh, okay, all right.
God damn it. They already got James Gunn. We can't let another one go.
If they had Star Wars, they could be like, I don't care if you leave. We got Star Wars, but they don't have Star Wars anymore.
Yeah. Star Wars fucked.
Speaking of which, I got some Star Wars news later. So
shit. We'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah, I do. What else you got, Wade?
This last one is real quick. There was a trailer that came out last week called Lamb. And I just want I want all of you to watch. Sort of. It's not like it's a fucking fucked up movie. But like I want somebody to just watch this trailer after this podcast is over and just have their mind blown, because this movie looks fucking so weird and I'm excited for it.
I'm kind of scared to watch this.
What is it about?
I'm not going to tell you what it's about.
A lamb, apparently.
I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Watch the trailer and find out. Nobody you know.
No.
The lamb's in it.
It's just a lamb.
Did
they play
just a lamb?
Did they play Mary Had a Little Lamb in the trailer?
No, you would think.
That's a disappointment. Whoever did that marketing.
You need to be a part of the marketing department.
I should have been. Because that's free domain, isn't it? Like, I
don't know. I mean, Michael Jackson owned Happy Birthday for like 10 years. So I'm sure somebody owns Mary Had a Little Lamb.
I thought, do songs become free domain though? Is that a thing? Or does somebody always own it?
It's if the artist has been dead for 100 years. It goes
100 years?
That's how movies are supposed to be. But a lot of times, like Disney, they're like, no, Mickey Mouse we still own that fuck. It's like, no, it's not how that works, Disney.
They keep changing the rules for Disney.
Apparently it's up soon on like Mickey Mouse, isn't it?
It should have been up like 20, 30 years ago. Like they should have. Yeah. Like Mickey Mouse should have been free reign like a long time ago. But Disney's like, hey, here's a couple $100 million. Can we just like keep it for an extra 10 years?
I think at first it was like 50 years, wasn't it?
For movies, I know it's like 50 to 60. And then it goes into public domain. I don't know about music or anything.
So I know Star Wars was at one point up for public domain, and then they changed the law or whatever. So imagine when Star Wars does become public domain. God, I doubt it'll ever happen.
I don't want that, because we'll get so much more bullshit.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of fan-made stuff. Like, here's episode 3, but better.
We're remaking episode 3, and then it's just a bunch of garbage. I don't want that.
Here's more Yoda flips.
I don't want it to be a part of a studio thing. I just want one person to come in and just make a movie. Like, I don't need 15 Star Wars things. Just make them a little small movie about space stuff.
Yeah. Just make space movies. I want more space movies. Give me another 2001, something trippy like that.
Well, that'll never happen.
2010.
Ad Astra was kind of 2001-y.
I haven't seen. No, I didn't see that.
I still haven't seen Ad Astra.
Ad Astra's great.
It's pretty good. It's not really a space movie, I would say.
What?
It takes place in space, but it's
not
a
space. It's a space movie,
but it's not about being in space.
Is it all in space?
I mean, there's a lot of it in space. It's a fucking space movie.
I mean, Interstellar's a space movie. It's not all in space.
But it's the Interstellar's about being in space.
Interstellar, Devin, we've established this. It's about the power of love.
It's also about
Get your shit correct, all right?
Ad Astra isn't about being in space. They just happen to be in space.
Sure, it takes place in space. It's a fucking space movie.
Okay.
You could argue that Star Wars isn't about space either, but it's a space movie.
Sure. I think that's true. Yeah,
sure. Okay, you got me there. I'll agree.
Exactly.
Ad Astra's a space movie.
Fucker.
All right, we moving on to Star Wars news now.
But yeah, I have some TV news, but we can do that after.
No, you can
Star
go.
Wars.
TV
You
news.
do TV first?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
There's a live action Pokemon series coming to Netflix.
Ew.
Interesting.
Derek,
Jimbo didn't like
Derek, Derek, have you seen the live action Pokemon movie?
Nope.
Oh, it was terrible.
Wait,
Probably.
I didn't watch.
Yeah,
Ryan.
I'm in
Ryan,
it. So.
Ryan Reynolds is Pikachu. Man.
Yeah, and then he
Yeah.
turns into Ryan Reynolds for
Spoilers.
some reason.
Spoilers.
He turns into he actually turns into Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Well, he
turns
doesn't.
into
He doesn't.
Ryan Reynolds.
It's. You want me to just spoil it because it's
Yeah,
the
I'm,
ending
I,
story.
it's been years. I haven't
He
seen
doesn't
it.
turn into. He doesn't turn into Ryan Reynolds. It's apparently Justice Smith's dad is Ryan Reynolds, and there was this like weird car accident that his dad got into, and like his soul or whatever ended up in a Pikachu. And then so at the end of the movie, he like just gets his soul back, and he's Ryan Reynolds again.
That doesn't seem like something that should be in a Pokemon.
No, it doesn't.
It's not, and it's stupid. And I guessed that fucking twist 2 seconds after they showed his dad. I was like, oh, I bet
Yeah, I did
fucking
too.
Ryan Reynolds is his dad, and he's in a fucking Pokemon for some weird reason.
Yeah,
That's
same.
weird. Did Pokemon fans like this
I don't
movie?
think anybody liked it.
I've seen some people say that it was like, all right.
Because like I feel like if a Pokemon fan went in and watched that, they'd be like, "What is this?"
Well,
isn't
but see, here's the
Pokemon."
thing. For me, I don't care about like fans anymore with stuff because a lot of times you can please a fan just by like, oh, fucking Jigglypuff's in it. I like Jigglypuff. This movie's great. Like that's kind of what fans are now, and it's the same thing with Star Wars, where it's like, oh, there's a fucking lightsaber. It's great. It's amazing. Like I don't care about any of that shit. So I mean, like Star Wars, Pokemon, it's kind of the same thing. Like if you just show them things that they know, they're gonna like it. But I think for the most part, most people are kind of like, this movie's bullshit.
I mean, I didn't grow up with Pokemon, so I don't know
I
anything.
kind of
about
did a little
Pokemon.
bit, but I didn't care about it ever. I cared more about Digimon. Where's our fucking Digimon movie? All right,
I didn't grow up with Digimon either.
fuck.
There's no Mons in my childhood.
There's Mon Mothma.
What the heck is that?
Star Wars.
Oh, I thought that was a character in like Godzilla universe or something.
No, that's Mothra.
Yeah,
Mon Mothra.
I was like, who is that? Is this
Mon
another?
Mothra?
Is that
Fucker.
Mothra's mom? Who is this? But yeah, that's kind of stupid. I mean, like you could make a good Pokemon show, but there already is one. It's just the Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just the
animated
original,
show.
the original show. Yeah.
So
Like
like, why?
a billion of at this point.
But I guess
honestly.
you could say the same thing about the Avatar show they're doing. Like, there's already like so. I guess you could do it.
Yeah, but I don't think this is gonna be a remake of.
Yeah,
the
you could do
original Pokemon
anything with
series.
Pokemon. Like, you
Just
could be like,
another
here's some new
Pokemon
people.
story.
Yeah,
I
here's
don't know.
good, yeah.
I don't see why not. I mean, it's pretty much the same as making just like another anime show. It's just live action. Why
Yeah.
not?
I mean, if it's good, cool. But like, I
Yeah,
don't really.
right.
I'm not excited for it.
If it was HBO Max, that'd be interesting because then it'd be like murder.
It'd be a dark and gritty, like R-rated fucking.
Pikachu
That'd be cool,
electrocuted through somebody.
Pikachu speaks, and he's voiced by James Earl Jones.
I thought you were gonna say Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
He should have been voiced by Danny DeVito. All right.
Danny DeVito.
And I know
No.
the fans like put out a petition for that, and they were like, "No,
The
we're not
fans
getting Danny
also-
DeVito for this."
Fans also put out a petition to have Danny DeVito be Wolverine, and I don't want that either.
That was a joke.
People did it though. People
That was
agreed
that
with
was
it.
a joke.
I don't care if it was a joke.
That would be
People did it
interesting
and
though.
it
That would
agreed.
be fucking really interesting.
wouldn't.
He'd
That'd
be
be
a
awful.
variant. Just make him a variant.
Yeah,
of
have a multiverse Danny DeVito.
We got a multiverse
Wolverine.
now, right?
I don't
do
want Danny
anything.
DeVito
You
as
can literally
Wolverine.
do anything. Have one of the
He's
what
a
ifs.
Wolverine. Yeah,
I think
one of
Danny
the what
DeVito
ifs,
could
but-
be a good MODOK. That'd be interesting.
Ooh, shit, that would be pretty fun.
That'd be fun.
You wouldn't have to CG him. Just put him in a chair.
Yeah, just put him in a chair. Give him
Ah,
a big head.
MODOK.
Give him a big head.
Yeah, he just plays Frank from It's Always Sunny.
I still say George Lopez would be amazing just because he has the big head and freaking Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Mr. Electric. Jesus.
He's already done it.
I like who said that? I like how you remember the fucking name of his character.
I love Shark Boy.
Dylan-
and Lava
Dylan said
Girl.
that.
That would be so bad.
It's Mr. Electricidad. What kind of fucking name is that?
It's
Bullshit
electricity
name.
in Spanish.
Derek, have you seen that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I saw that movie when it came out.
Wade's seen. Have you seen the sequel?
No, I haven't seen the
It
bullshit.
just came
It's
out
like
recently.
not even really a sequel. though,
Yeah,
is it?
it's they're kind of just
kinda
in it, and it's not even Taylor Lautner or Shark Boy, so it's like, all right.
They couldn't afford him.
I
Even though
mean,
he's
I
not
could afford
expensive.
Taylor Lautner. He's not doing anything.
He's not expensive now.
He probably wants to do it. He's like, please.
He's probably like, can I come back, please? And I'm
Can I
like, "No,
take my
fuck
shirt
off."
off?
That might have been why he didn't come back. He's like, can I take my shirt off? And they're like, no, this is
No.
a family picture. And they're
This
like,
is
all
a
right,
family
fuck off.
movie.
I ain't coming back then.
That's in my contract. I have to take my shirt off.
We'll get the fuck out of here.
He's like, fine, I'll go do Twilight again. It's like they're not doing
Do
those
the
anymore.
Twilight reboot, all
They're
right?
done.
Or I wanted to fuck a baby.
Jesus.
That's a thing. Have you seen any of the Twilight movies? That's a thing in the last
I
movie.
know it's a thing. And that baby is horrifying looking.
Yeah, because it's
I've seen
CG.
that. Yeah. It's weird.
That might be the worst baby ever put on film.
It's terrible.
Like,
That and American Sniper. American Sniper had a terrible.
at least
baby in it.
American Sniper is like kind of concealed. Like you can see
a little bit.
You can see what's his name, Bradley Cooper, just being like, "Don't look at it." Like it's not.
Yeah, he's like, don't. It's like Clint, move the camera. Like,
I was gonna say
next
it's
scene.
it's also a practical thing.
Sure, but you can tell it's a doll though.
Yes, you could tell it's
just
a
this
doll. If you're
lifeless
looking,
fucking thing in a,
if you're looking right at it, you could be like, "Yeah, it's not a real baby." But like if you're not looking at it, like you wouldn't tell. They show that baby from Twilight like straight on, like shot of it. It looks so bad.
It's terrifying.
It haunts my dreams when I see that baby.
I don't think about Twilight.
I don't know which is worse though, the Ice Age baby or that baby. I don't
that
know.
baby, because that baby is meant to be a real baby.
I guess, but the Ice Age baby is
Ice
pretty
Age baby doesn't
terrifying
count.
too.
Ice Age baby is terrifying, but that's a different kind of terrifying.
He's got a football head. He looks like
Sort of. He's like, hey,
looks
Arnold.
like I was gonna say that he looks like Arnold from Hey Arnold. They made him 3D. That's what happened.
Oh my god.
Was Ice Age a 3D movie? No, it wasn't. Right?
Like 3D?
Like
you put
you wear the
3D
glasses. Yeah,
I'm sure one of them fucking was. but
not the
I don't
first
know.
one though.
Like,
I
The
don't
first one
think.
probably wasn't.
It's like 6 Ice Age movies.
Yeah,
Probably
I've
was.
seen too many of them. I think I've seen 4 of.
I've seen
the
like
6.
2 of them, I think. I think I've only seen the first couple.
You haven't seen the dinosaur one?
No.
Oh my gosh!
You
That's the
say
third
that
one.
as if I'm missing out.
I don't remember it, so maybe you're missing out.
I don't think I am.
If it was that good, you probably remember it. No.
I don't remember.
Which one is the one with the monkey pirates?
That's
I
the
have no
4th
idea.
one or the 5th one?
Jesus Christ.
Why are there monkey pirates?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I remember that trailer. There was the monkey pirates everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Is that all your TV news? We got a little.
There's a fucking Waterworld TV series coming.
Ew, that
Somebody
terrible.
follow that.
They made a terrible movie into a TV show.
Yeah.
Dylan, have you seen Waterworld?
No. What is it even about?
Kevin
about
Costner, it's like, oh, the world it got flooded, and
Flooded.
it's Waterworld now, and we got to find land, and land's like this big myth, and Jack Black's in it for like a scene,
That's it. That's the whole
and it's
movie.
really bad, and then they find land at the end, and it's a happy ending,
I
and
think
but
there's a
the
kid
world's
that
still
can't
fucking
swim
mostly
in that,
water.
in that movie.
Yeah, the main kid can't swim,
Yeah, he can't swim.
which is like, all right,
That's-
no, it's
You
Oh,
not-
deserve to die.
Yeah. You don't.
Just it's like it's not hard to learn how to swim. Just learn how to swim.
Yeah, there's
just
water everywhere.
chuck him anywhere, and he'll
Off the
fucking
boat.
learn. All right,
or he'll die. Natural
He'll die,
selection.
and then have another kid.
Natural selection. Derek, have you seen Waterworld?
Nope.
I feel like that's a movie Derek would like. I don't know why.
They're gonna be like, this is the greatest thing ever. It's so deep. Kevin Costner's a fish man.
It's so deep. I love it. Literally, it's deep. The water's deep.
Oh,
Very funny though.
fucker. Leave the
not a good
bad
movie.
jokes to me, all right?
It's not a good movie. Don't watch.
It's not. It's terrible.
I'm sure the show will be even worse.
I know some
I
people
don't- I
like
don't
it,
know
but
about
those
that.
people are wrong.
It's got that cult following that people are
I
like,
don't
oh,
give a shit.
Waterworld. Same thing with like
People
Stargate. I don't think Stargate's
Stargate
good.
makes sense on why there's a cult following because it's interesting. It's an interesting sci-fi premise that could have been an interesting movie. And the first half of that movie is like pretty all right.
I don't think
Everything
it's
else
that
after
good.
that's like bullshit. Waterworld is just a stupid fucking concept in general.
The world is water.
It's like, all right,
Okay.
cool.
We got boats.
Yeah. We'll be fine. Who
We'll
gives
be
a
all right.
shit?
We can swim. There's sharks and stuff, but we can swim.
Not the main guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, he doesn't deserve to live. So
Yeah.
that's a little. If somebody took that out of context, like that a kid can't swim,
Well,
he doesn't deserve to live.
No, he doesn't. If you live, that's like if a kid was born today and was like, I don't know how to walk. It's like, all right, well, get hit by a car then. Like, you don't deserve to live. Like,
What if
you
he's
live
in a wheelchair, Wade, and he can't?
I mean, if you
That's a
physically
different
can't walk,
circumstance.
that's very different.
That's a different
If you're
circumstance.
just choosing, like,
yeah,
not
if he's
to
just
learn
like,
how
I'm
to
just
walk,
too afraid to walk
I
anymore.
don't want to.
I'm 28
Then,
and I
yeah,
can't walk.
Get out.
Get out
Like,
of here. Get out of here.
if the planet that you grew up in is full of water, fucking learn how to swim. How are you gonna get anywhere?
Maybe he sinks. Maybe he's like a rock. He just
Lose some fucking weight.
He's very dense. Okay.
Lose some fucking density.
Well, that was an interesting TV show news. I kind of enjoyed that. I like that.
You like talking about kids drowning?
No,
You sick bastard.
Don't take that out of context, people.
I didn't take it out of context. That's what we talked about.
I mean, I did say multiple times he deserved to die. So
exactly. I love when Devin does that. Where like Devin will say some like racist shit, and I call him racist. He's like, "Hey, don't take it out of context, man." I'm like, you said that.
Well, that's what you just said.
You said it.
I have never said anything racist.
You said some stuff that could be misconstrued as racist.
Misconstrued, like you splice it together, but you can do that with anybody.
You still said it.
You can do that with anybody. You can do that probably with Derek in this podcast episode right now.
Well, we all know Derek is a racist because he's a Nazi.
No.
Defend yourself.
He was real quick to say no.
No, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's weird. That you
Derek,
didn't think that.
Derek, looking at my eyes right now.
I'm
Are
looking.
you not? Are you Nazi? Are you
Staring
Nazi?
to Walter
No.
White's eyes.
We can't see if he's actually looking at
That's
you.
true. He could have blinked.
Yeah.
He probably did blink.
He's probably blindfolded right now.
He doesn't know what's going on.
I don't know where anything is.
Where
We're doing this
yeah.
podcast blindfolded.
I'm not even looking at the screen right now. I don't think. I think I'm.
I just
I'm in-
imagine Derek.
I'm in a
laying
different
bed,
house.
Like just,
Are you eating Doritos?
No,
Oh.
I could.
don't.
All right.
Too loud.
All right, let's get into some Star Wars news. I love to hear Wade's rants.
This is
so
the Star
oh, boy.
Wars.
I don't know if Wade's gonna rant about any of these,
Is
but
this
he
gonna
might.
piss me off?
Maybe it's a possibility. The last one for sure, I think will. So I'm gonna save that for
Jesus
last.
Christ.
There's multiple Star Wars news.
I have three.
Oh, fucking shit.
The first one, I think maybe a lot of people have heard about this. I don't know if any of you have. Lucasfilm. This is a nice piece of news. Lucasfilm hired a deep faker that made Luke Skywalker look better on YouTube, and they hired him as their VFX artist. So that's pretty.
That's kind of. I mean, I guess that's nice, but that's kind of them admitting that, like, yeah, we fucked up.
So
But at least they
also-
admitted it and then trying to change it.
Also, like, why not find somebody that's good enough before you made
Yeah.
the show?
They could have just put Sebastian Stan in there and not had.
They could have just got a guy that looked somewhat
Yeah.
like him and
Or
put a
that.
wig on him, and then like, no, they're like, hey, we made this shitty thing and just put it out. They probably spent millions of dollars on that, and this dude probably spent a weekend
Yeah.
doing this thing.
Deep faking it takes a while. Your computer has to
Sure,
learn how
it
to
took
do it.
less money than.
Oh, I
Luke
guarantee
Skywalker
it took
thing.
less money. I don't know if it happened in a weekend, maybe a week, maybe.
That's either way.
But I like that they're trying to fix it. At least they know that it was
I mean,
bad.
yeah,
They're
it's
trying to
better
fix
than.
it.
Hopefully, we
So-
won't get that anymore. But they shouldn't have did it in the fucking first place.
I don't know. I've grown on seeing Luke in that show. I kind of like it.
I'm not upset. Well, I am upset that Luke's in it, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about his disgusting fucking face.
I mean, yeah, he looked like a PS3 character.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
fair enough. I got some Boba Fett news. The show. God damn it.
Cool.
What is that thing that you have to keep
There's a
pushing
freaking
against the
chair
wall?
and it keeps falling. So reportedly, somebody who was like on set of Boba Fett, they said that it's more gritty than The Mandalorian, which I don't really know what that means. But he said, "quote unquote," it's all kill, no fill. That's pretty. That's cool. Quote.
So it's a show about nothing.
I mean, I don't know what the show's about, like 100%.
That sentence to me sounds like, hey, we're just gonna have 8 episodes of Boba Fett just killing motherfuckers, and that's it.
I mean,
Probably.
Which it's like I can understand like the fans wanting that, but that's not a show.
it's Disney, so it's not even going to be that brutal.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be shooting
I
like
don't know.
stormtroopers and shit. Like it's not gonna be. I'm not gonna. No one's gonna go into this expecting it to be like, oh, this is like gutting people and shit. Like no, it's gotta be.
It should be John Wick, but with Boba Fett.
It shouldn't be that.
It'd be amazing.
But-
if they were going to do the kill scenario, yeah, it should be.
I guess I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been excited for Boba Fett at all.
I don't think
Honestly.
anybody is.
It's just like,
No, there's a lot of people who are like, oh man, Boba Fett's gonna be fucking awesome, and I'm like, all right,
yeah, because everybody loves Boba Fett.
I didn't like
but
Boba Fett. I didn't like how they portrayed Boba Fett in The Mandalorian. So
It's going to be one of the three. He's either going to be hunting down the guy from Mandalorian. I don't remember his name in the Mandalorian.
oh, wasn't his name
Timothy
like Cornface or whatever?
Cornface? I don't remember, but Timothy.
Oh, it was Cobb Vanth. That was his name.
That maybe sounds right. I don't know.
I think that
But
was his name.
Timothy.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah, or he's going to be going after Han Solo,
Don't do that.
or he's going to be going after Mace Windu.
Don't do that.
Those are the three that I think are going to happen.
If they're going to do that, it's going to be the Han Solo thing. Just because people know that, and that sounds like some fucking bullshit fan thing that they're going to. Oh, we listened to the fans and gave them what they wanted, and then it turns out to be bullshit. And no one likes it.
They're going to bring back the dude from Solo that nobody likes.
Yeah, sure, or they'll bring him back and deep fake Harrison Ford's fucking face.
They got the guy. They could do it. They hired the guy.
They could. Like, if they do that, Devin, like, are you seriously gonna like enjoy that? Like, that's.
I didn't say that. I just said
No, but I'm asking you as like a someone who's still like gonna watch some of this stuff. Like, is that?
I don't know if I'm gonna
genuinely sound exciting? Like, it's just like do something new.
I think hunting down Mace Windu could be exciting.
That's the same. That's the same issue. Mace Windu's dead.
I mean, yeah, he's dead. But
how's he gonna hunt down a dead guy?
If he's still alive.
But he's dead.
But we don't know that. We didn't see a
body.
He's
dead. Do not bring him back. He's dead.
You don't want Sam Jackson in more things?
Sam Jackson's in a million things a year. We have him in plenty. I want him in less.
I want less Sam Jackson.
I do.
But like, it's more interesting than going after Han Solo because like, we know Han Solo lives type thing.
Yeah, we know Mace Windu dies.
I mean, I think the root of the problem is that they're still using Boba Fett.
That's
just
true.
At all.
That's true.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. But that goes into like why I don't like the Han Solo or the Mace Windu thing, because it's like you're already reusing Boba Fett, a character that died and you just brought back. Now you're gonna do the same thing with Han Solo or Mace Windu, a character that they didn't create and they're just gonna bring back and he's alive again. But then even if they bring it back, if Boba Fett's hunting Mace Windu, is he gonna kill him again?
Or is
it gonna be some
he didn't kill him the
fucking?
first time.
It's gonna be some pussy fucking ending where it's like, oh no, I have respect for you now, Mace Windu. Go live your old man life. Like that's dumb.
Yeah, I mean they'll do that so you can show up in like other stuff too.
I mean, what else? What else are they gonna do?
Do something new.
But like what?
Dude, make something up. go make a thing. Go watch a movie and then go, hey, let's put Boba Fett in that movie. Do that.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
have Boba Fett just go on adventures.
I mean, I guess he's in charge of like Jabba's palace now, so I guess
he's gonna be like a fat king man.
They could do something with that, maybe.
Have him be a fat king man.
I don't know.
Like the fact that like you were like, what else could they do? Like that's exactly what Disney is thinking. Like, oh, what else can we do other than we just got to bring back Han Solo? It's like, no, you can do fucking anything.
I'm thinking about what Disney's thinking, and that's what I'm.
That's exactly what they're thinking. They're I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do with this. Then don't make it. If you don't have an idea for this thing, then don't make it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it comes out in December, so.
Great, it's gonna kill him during Christmas. That's fun.
I mean, I might watch it. I don't know if I am gonna watch it though. It's like, I don't really care. I don't really care. Like, I got the big reveal in The Mandalorian that he's back, and then it's like, okay, he didn't do anything after that though.
Yeah.
So he got that one episode where he did some cool stuff, and then that was it. So.
Yeah, which I fucking hated because I was like, of course they made Boba Fett exactly how the fans wanted him to be. Like, all right, would have been awesome if Boba Fett was like a fraud. Like he comes back and they're like, hey, Boba Fett, like help us, and he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do, and he just pieces out. Like that would have been fun. He's like, I'm good, and then leaves. Like that would have been interesting.
Because like every time we see him in the original trilogy, he kind of messes things up.
He's a bumbling moron. In the original trilogy, he gets bested by a blind Han Solo who accidentally like ignites his jetpack and flies into the Sarlacc pit and dies. Like that, there's nothing about him in the original trilogy screams this guy's a fucking badass.
Besides
just the fact he looks cool.
I was gonna say besides the fact that he's got the green armor.
Yeah.
So
it would have been kind of fun. Like they're already like in The Mandalorian, they already like made fun of like stormtroopers and how useless they were. It's like they could have leaned into that with Boba Fett a little bit, where he's kind of just this guy who has this whole like legend built around him, but really he's just this fucking doofus. Like that would have been fun.
But we're getting the badass Boba Fett TV show, so.
And they're probably going to do what they did in The Mandalorian, where it's like, oh, his armor's bulletproof, so he's indestructible.
I mean, if he's wearing Beskar armor, then that's the same.
They'll give him Beskar armor, and then he'll just be indestructible the whole show, and there's going to be no tension for anything.
I don't know. He's probably going to die eventually. Like, they're going to officially kill him off, probably. I don't know. Maybe not.
But that's just, all right, well, then why bring him back?
Because we got to see cool Boba Fett.
No, we don't. We have that with the Mandalorian.
Okay, true.
Like this is stupid. This is all dumb.
Look, I told you Wade would go on a rant. That was not even the one I thought he was going to go
dumb.
on a rant about. So
Lord.
just wait
This
for
is all
this.
dumb shit.
Wait for this.
Jesus Christ. I have a serious fear that like I'm gonna have like a heart attack in like the next just from fucking Star Wars.
A little vein is gonna pop
I
on
have to
camera.
take high blood pressure medicine because of Disney.
All right, this is about the Obi-Wan show. So
Oh,
Dylan,
fucking Christ.
this could be like bad news. I don't
Is
know.
fucking Jabba the Hutt in this fucking thing?
Maybe that's not what my news is
Oh,
about.
I was
but
about to
maybe.
fucking the way you like paused. I was like, do not tell me that that's what it is.
So this is from an actor on set, like an extra or whatever on set. I don't know who it is, but
He's irrelevant.
he reportedly saw Darth Vader on set, which we kind of already like assumed.
Yeah, they said Hayden Christensen would be in it.
Yeah, but so Darth Vader's in it. We didn't know if it was gonna be flashbacks or like whatever, but Darth Vader's in it. I don't know if he's gonna fight Obi-Wan, but
Don't do that. They'll do that, but don't do that.
probably. But they also said that there were multiple people with lightsabers on set, so more than one Jedi is in this show. So I don't know what that means.
How the fuck does that make sense? Unless it's a
I s-
flashback. It could very
I
much be a
swear.
flashback.
With every Star Wars thing, it's like there's more and more people that survive Order 66. And it's just like kind of it's
Yeah.
annoying at this point.
It's almost as if it doesn't matter.
right.
It's almost as if the last 10 years of Star Wars doesn't matter. Luke's sacrifice and his whole destiny didn't matter. And now Order 66 just never fucking mattered. Nothing in Star Wars matters. And then 10 years from now, nothing that Disney's doing is going to matter because whoever's in charge 10 years from now is going to retcon all this bullshit. So it's just like, all right, whatever.
But I know how you love your lightsabers, Wade. So
I love them.
I
I love it. There's gonna be I can imagine it now. It's gonna be a scene of Obi-Wan just like sitting in his little igloo hut, and he's just like drinking some soup, and it's like there's steam coming off the soup, and it's really well shot, and it's like it looks cool because it's HD and it's 4K and shit, and it's Disney, and then he just has like a flashback like reminiscent to when he was like young and cool and hip and badass and fighting in the Clone Wars, and there's just a fucking army of Jedi just come out behind him with green and blue and pink and purple and orange and gray lightsabers just fucking murdering clones and shit. And I'm like, why? We don't need this.
I mean, it'd be better than anything the prequels ever did, probably.
Sure, but
Not saying much though.
I don't
That is
care.
much.
I don't care.
Dylan, what do you think about this news? Because I know you were hyped about Obi-Wan. Is this lessen, worsen, the same hype? How's it feel?
I don't know. Like I don't really know what I was expecting from Obi-Wan, honestly. I think it'd be cool if it was just like a quiet little like
Yeah, that would
old man like just chilling, doing his thing, just seeing what's going on. But apparently it's not gonna be that because you got
No, it's
Darth
gonna be
Vader,
big
and a
epic
million
action.
Jedi,
Yeah.
all this
I
crap.
always said it should be a Logan-esque show. That's what I felt like it should be.
Yeah,
But
something like that. Yeah.
that'd be
think
really interesting.
cool.
The old man just being like, "Oh, I don't care about anything."
No, it would be interesting if like old man Obi-Wan like reflecting on his life and the decisions he's made and like the fact that he had to basically in his eyes like murder his friend, like and how he's like dealing with that and reflecting on that. Like that's some interesting shit you could play on. They might touch on that a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be like the core of the show. I think they might spend like an episode on it. And then they move on, and we got to have more action scenes, and we got to have him fight Darth Vader again for some fucking reason.
I don't know.
It's
This
like-
was one of the few shows I was excited about. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Just because I'm a big Obi-Wan fan, because I love Obi-Wan.
Sure, I don't know. I don't see how like for me personally, I can't really just get excited about anything just from like, oh, it's Obi-Wan. Like I need like what is this about?
Nobody knows what it's about. I mean, we know it takes place between 3 and 4 because that's
Yeah.
when everything takes place. But I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know if it's any good because I know you're not going to watch it.
I'm not gonna watch it regardless, but
Derek, did
I'm
you
sure
have any-
I'm sure most people are gonna love this fucking show. Like people already know that they're gonna love this show.
Derek, did you have any input on that you wanted to mention?
Obi-Wan's pretty cool.
Thanks.
He is.
I mean, I'm sure they'll do something good. They'll probably do something bad. It's just
Derek's,
gonna be like
Wow.
that.
Derek's like,
That's the core
Derek's just right in the middle. He's like, oh, maybe good, maybe bad. Who knows? Well,
No, there's
He's
gonna
just
be
right in the
there,
middle.
there
It's like,
is gonna
oh.
be bad, and there is gonna be good.
yeah, that's
That's
everything
how it's gonna
ever.
be.
That's
You
very
think so?
wise.
Like,
Exactly.
You think it's gonna roller coaster in quality of episodes, Derek? Like it's great.
One's
No, it's
gonna be
terrible. It's great.
Probably.
It's terrible.
Maybe.
Because if we're going between flashbacks and now, I mean,
if that's what they're doing, we don't know. We don't know.
We don't fucking know.
There could
that's
be.
why I
just a
said
ton-
if. That's
There
what
could be
if
a ton of Jedi that survived Order 66, and Obi-Wan's training them.
Where
and
were they
Now that
in
is
the original
stupid.
trilogy?
And then Darth Vader shows up and mows them down.
Again,
And then Obi-Wan's just like, but I'm sad again.
he's like, that's very weird. They weren't children. I don't know why he killed them.
Darth Vader's like, gotta do this again.
Fucking A, I gotta do this shit again.
It's like the third time.
It would be the third time because he killed all those fucking sand kids.
Yeah, he killed the Tusken Raiders, and then he killed the baby Jedi, and then if he does it again, it's the third. The trifecta of murdering children.
The Trinity. It's poetry. It rhymes.
He said, Obi-Wan, do you enjoy this?
He looks at Obi-Wan. Do you enjoy this?
And he just like slices a kid's head off.
Oh my God.
I would honestly, if they showed like just one scene, one like minute and a half scene of just Darth Vader just like murdering kids, like no holds barred, like R-rated, just like outright just staring at Obi-Wan as he's doing it. Like I'd watch the show. This would be my favorite thing ever.
Disney would never.
No, they wouldn't.
Never.
That'd be my favorite thing ever.
Because like the closest we ever got to that would be Rogue One, but that wasn't kids. That was
and they also censored the fuck out of Rogue One a lot.
So I think that's the closest we'll ever get to like scary Darth Vader ever again.
Which sucks because I would love. Why don't they get Dave Filoni to do like a Darth Vader animated thing and just make him like a fucking like super fucking scary guy? Like they could do that.
I mean, he made Darth Vader is the best part of Rebels, so I mean he can do it. He knows what he's doing. Dave Filoni should just be in charge of Star Wars.
Dave Filoni gave Anakin a character
in the Clone Wars, yeah.
Like he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like let him make a Darth Vader show, all right?
That's what everybody wants anyways. Everybody wants a Darth Vader show for some reason.
But I don't want Disney's fucking fingerprints on it.
You don't want Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah, I don't want her anywhere near this fucking show. I want Dave Filoni.
But that's all my Star Wars news that I have.
Shit.
Are we moving on to Marvel?
Marvel.
Derek, what's your Marvel news?
You think I got Marvel news?
You may have heard something.
I haven't even watched Loki.
That's true. You haven't. There's Wade, but he's still in.
You know anything that's going on in the MCU at all?
Nope.
Just blind. He's gonna be like, "Oh, there's a fucking Asian guy."
I mean, he watched WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier, so like he's not like completely lost on anything.
I watched a Black Widow, and
you watched.
I forgot that this takes place in between. What is it? Civil War and Infinity War, I think.
Yeah,
or something like that. And I forgot she like died in Infinity War. And I thought this was after. And I was so confused when they showed the.
What?
Yeah, then I remembered. I was like, "Oh, this is in between."
She a zombie?
I just forgot she died, and I was like,
No.
she died? Did I miss something in the movie?"
At the end, when the grave, he's like, "Wait, she died? What?" That's what.
But then I remembered.
Very crucial point in game, Derek.
I completely forgot.
How they got the stones?
They got the cojones.
They didn't get the balls. Well, they did get balls.
They got the balls.
But they also got stones.
I know this will tickle Dylan's pickle. This
Ew.
piece of news.
What?
What is saying?
Don't say that.
He's your brother, Devin. That's
got
disgusting.
some Spider-Verse 2 news.
Oh snap!
Anyways, caring about that. It's not really like big news. I'm assuming everybody thought this was going to happen, but it got confirmed. Jake Johnson is going to be coming back in Spider-Verse 2. So
cool. I thought he did a really, really good job as Spider-Man in the first one.
I guess that means that we're going to see the same Spider-Man again.
I'm sure they're going to bring back Spider-Gwen, and maybe not. We might not see like Nick Cage and like Penny Parker and like Spider-Ham, but we're going to see Gwen and.
They'll probably switch out all those like.
Bring back
ones.
Nick Cage because I like Nick Cage in that
movie.
movie.
Just bring him back and just have him like stand around in the background and just
like
fuck around with that
stuff.
Rubik's cube some more.
Yeah.
I still think the best line in that entire movie is the
match.
The match thing, yeah. Like, I let the match.
That was
burn down
improv.
My fingers just so I can feel
Yeah,
something.
check that out.
That was improv. That was just
That
Nick
was
Cage. Like
improv.
that was Nick Cage on set, just in his personal life, and they're like, "Hey, are we recording? Fuck, we need to put that in the movie."
Yeah. So I thought that was like given, but I just wanted to mention it in case anybody thought that.
I'm sure we're gonna get some returning players. I'm sure we're gonna get so many more Spider-Man.
I hope that they
The
don't
sequels
ruin Spider-Verse 2 because Sony didn't have their grubby fingers in the first one, but they
that's
might in
worried
the
about
second
it.
one.
Yeah, honestly, one's good enough as is. I'm not even gonna get excited about it too, just because I don't want to get disappointed.
Like the first one's kind of just like
Yeah,
open shut.
it's its own
like,
thing.
It's a nice little movie.
I don't think it needs one. If they make it good, like sure, that'll be cool. But I'm not.
Hey, it
Too worried about
won awards, so Sony's like, we gotta do
Yeah,
this.
won an Oscar.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah.
And Sony's like, "Oh fuck, we actually made a movie that won an Oscar. Holy shit, this never happened in the history of ever.
Quick, do it again.
We need to make 15 of these.
Quick, do it again.
Do it again."
Aren't they making a Baby Driver 2 though?
Yes, but that's
the
not
same reason?
Sony. That's no. Well, possibly, but that's more Edgar Wright being a weirdo and just being like, "I want to do more Baby Driver movies."
I think Sony's totally down for it. Like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh
Do
yeah,
it.
they're
Do a second one.
anybody who wants to make a franchise for them, they're like, "Fucking hey,
Yeah.
we need more. You want to make Men in Black 8? Fucking hey, let's do it.
You want to make something that's not Spider-Man for us? That's fantastic. Let's
Fucking
do it.
hey. If it makes money, who gives a shit?"
Right.
Speaking of Spider-Man, again, because we were just talking about Spider-Man, I got some No Way Home trailer news. It's not really news because I don't consider anything they talk about for this freaking thing news.
Yeah.
Somebody confirmed that the trailer's dropping before What If. I don't know how true that is because it's been confirmed.
When does What If come out?
August
Like
11th.
like a week,
So,
Holy shit, really?
2 weeks.
mhm. So if this confirmation is true, we should be getting it in the next week or two, which makes sense. But I've heard so many different dates for this trailer that I don't believe anything anymore. But
Yeah.
I'm just waiting until one day I wake up and it's just like, oh, everyone's talking about the fucking No Way Home trailer, and I see all the little spoiler like thumbnails of like Tobey Maguire like in the thing,
Right.
and I'm like, I don't need to see the trailer because I saw the image of it and I know what
if it
happened.
comes out tomorrow when me and Dylan are on the road, I'm pulling over
Watching it.
and I'm watching it on the highway.
I could just imagine like the car behind you, like everything's going totally normal and like blah blah blah.
I
and
just
all of a
slam
sudden,
on my brakes.
and you just fucking pull over. And it's like, what the
Everything
fuck? What
flies
happened
out
with
of the
them?
truck. It's like I gotta watch this.
Dylan, if you see me just pull over, you'll know what happened. You'll be like, oh,
Oh, I will.
Spider-Man
I'll pull over too. I'll be like, I'm gonna watch it real quick.
Spider-Man trailer came out.
Shit, dog.
Like I just want to know how they're gonna do this trailer. Like that's the most intriguing thing about this. It's like, are they gonna put Toby and Andrew in the trailer? Are they not?
They're gonna tease at it. If they're not gonna blatantly put them in the movie, they're gonna have like maybe at the end, like you know how they do those stupid little tags at the end of trailers. Pisses me off. They'll have like the credits like Spider-Man No Way Home. They'll have like sort of, you know, the ending of Spider-Verse when Miles is like laying in his bed and then Gwen comes back and her voice is just like, hey, how's it going, Miles? Blah, blah, blah. They'll have something like that where maybe like Toby shows up and you don't see him, but he just goes like, hey kid, what's up? And then Tom Holland turns around, he's like, what the fuck? And then it cuts. Like they'll have something like that.
They will literally do exactly that.
They should do something subtle. They should play like the original Spider-Man trilogy. They should play that music instead of
Ooh, that would be fucking really cool.
and not show
Daniel
Toby or anything, but just play that music over top
That'd
of
be
the trailer.
that'd be
It's like,
fucking really cool.
interesting.
That'd be neat.
Because then casual people will be like, where the heck is Toby? And
You're
then
like, you fuckers don't get it.
you don't
All right?
get it. Dylan will know right away. He'll be like, that's it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
that
Like,
first
no,
note.
no, he'd hear it and go, it's happening. And it's, like,
Yes,
it's happening. It's all true. It's all of it.
And then Derek's gonna be sitting there like, where's Andrew Garfield?
He's like, yeah, I don't get it. What happened?
What happened at the end of Black Panther?
That's what I was about to say.
Derek,
We're,
Still
we're never
smart
going to
one,
let him
got
live
it.
that down.
I'm
Again,
sorry.
you guys just misinterpret what I said.
No, that's literally what you said, Derek.
Okay, no, because you just don't listen.
No, you said the movie
Oh my
ended. I
God.
looked over at you and you went, what happened?
No, that is not what I said at all.
That's what you said.
I said I don't understand, like, because I'm just looking at it, like from a. Okay, Dylan, shut up. I just don't understand from like a political perspective why he would do that.
what?
I
Open up his country like that.
Because they have resources and shit that we could use.
but no one else knew about it. It's going to cause
That was
instability in the entire
whole point of
world.
the movie, Derek. Like,
No, again, listen to me. It's going to cause instability in the entire world. They just
fucking
bring out.
MCU. They're not going to touch on that.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. I just look at it from a political perspective. They just bring out alien age technology from their buttholes. Everyone's going to be like, "Oh my god, what is happening? There's a burger being made from thin air in my face or
I
something."
mean, that's true, but at the end of the day, it's a movie about a guy in a cat suit punching people.
Derek, I've always understood what you meant.
You guys just make fun of me for it.
But it's just so funny to say it and then have you freak out about it every time.
Because I freak out about it because you guys just don't understand.
Because
it's just fun getting Derek mad.
It was so funny to hear you say, I still don't understand the ending to Black Panther, like months after Black Panther had come out. That was what was funny about it. Not the fact that you didn't understand it. Just like, it was so long.
It wasn't even like, I don't even remember like when, like, I think we were just like watching something. Just something like random. And he just goes, I still don't understand the ending of Black Panther. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
That's what was funny about it, Derek. Not that you didn't understand it, just the fact that you brought it up.
It just doesn't make sense because if politics can't catch up with technology fast enough, it's bad. And it happened with the atomic bomb. It's just bad.
Now we're comparing Black Panther to the atomic bomb.
Well, I mean, yeah, but there's also a fucking Iron Man suit running around, and that was pretty like mind blowing, and everyone was kind of just like,
okay,
oh,
but
cool,
Iron Man suits aren't given to the military. It's just one guy being like a vigilante.
I mean, that is true.
Derek,
they were going to in Iron Man 2.
Go talk to Kevin Feige. Be like, look, let me do your politics for you.
He's gonna land the whole thing. Like, here's how we're gonna make this make sense. Kevin Feige's like, look, I just want to make movies about Asian people punching guys in the face.
Because like
Derek's like, you don't get it.
You don't fucking get it.
Go on, Derek. Sorry.
Because like whenever because whenever the atomic bomb was made, they like when the Korean War, when we got to the Chinese border, that guy was just like, just nuke them, just nuke the Chinese. Because it was just technology we didn't understand. We didn't know how impactful it was. Like vibranium.
No, yeah, like I get what you're saying, but you're applying like real world logic to a movie.
I know that's why I didn't understand it. I thought about it with real world logic.
Yeah, don't do that.
If you think about any movie with that though, you're gonna find holes in it.
No, it's just because the ending, it was just so, it just didn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, there's a lot about Black Panther that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It makes what Derek's saying is it made sense, but in like real world terms, it didn't make sense. And I get that, Derek. I get
a fucking giant purple grimace alien coming to fucking Earth and snapping his fingers and dusting everybody doesn't make any fucking sense.
I feel like that makes more sense.
You see,
Black Panther.
Yeah.
What?
I guess.
Like he's got some magic stones and stuff. You know, it makes sense.
Sure.
Magic.
So if that happened today, just some big purple guy came down and was like, "Hey, everyone, I'm just gonna like wipe everybody out." You'd be like, "Yeah, this makes sense."
Like,
I'd be like, "You chill, though." And then,
like if he did it, and then like I didn't.
No, I can imagine. I could just imagine that happening, and Derek goes, "This makes way more sense than Black Panther."
Derek's like, politically, I don't know what's gonna happen, but this makes sense.
This makes total fucking sense. I understand all of this.
That's fantastic. Anyways, that's
it's
all.
Just jokes, Derek.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Come on.
Anyways, that's all my Spider-Man news. I got some other Marvel news that I know Dylan and Wade know about. I don't know if Derek knows anything.
Do I know about this?
You do. I've sent it to you. Derek, have you watched any of Daredevil, Derek?
No.
I don't remember. No? You haven't watched any. Okay.
Derek, you son of a fuck.
I feel like Derek wouldn't like Daredevil.
I think he would like season 2 because it has a lot of Punisher stuff in it, and I know Derek likes the Punisher. So
never seen that show either.
I know.
Don't watch the Punisher show because it's
don't watch the Punisher show.
Yeah,
but I know you. I think you would like the character of Punisher because he's like John Wick.
He's very good,
and I know you like John Wick. So, but season 2 of Daredevil has the best Punisher stuff ever, and it's fantastic. But Vincent D'Onofrio, Derek, who plays Kingpin in Daredevil, is confirmed to be reprising his role in Hawkeye, which is pretty far.
Is this confirmed? Because I've heard people still refer to it as like kind of a rumor, but it's pretty much confirmed.
It's pretty much confirmed. Like the guy who's the source for it, he only lets out stuff that he knows for like 95% sure it is true. So like he's pretty reliable thing. It was also such a big rumor that they had to wait until other stuff got confirmed to release it because Disney would have took it down. So I'm assuming
Probably.
that it means that it's true. Also, Vincent D'Onofrio liked a tweet that said he would be reprising his role in Hawkeye, and then he unliked it.
It's sneaky bastard.
So yeah, I think it's pretty freaking awesome. And then we got Charlie Cox coming back in Spider-Man: Far From Home. So Far From Home, No Way Home. Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Too many homes.
Too many homes. But I think definitely this means that we're definitely getting the Netflix characters back, at least from Daredevil.
Some of them. I don't think we're ever going to see Luke Cage again, at least not that version. And we're never going to see Iron Fist ever again.
No. I think they will. I think they'll bring John Bernthal back if they ever do a Punisher thing. I think that'll happen.
For sure. Yeah.
And I think it was confirmed that Jessica Jones is going to be in She-Hulk, but I don't remember.
I think that's still kind of like maybe, but I have a feeling that's probably going to happen.
It's probably. I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool.
I think you're right though, Wade. I think they'll recast Luke Cage and Iron Fist, which kind of sucks.
That sucks for those guys because they weren't the problem with the shows.
The shows were just bad.
The shows were terrible. Like they were fine.
Luke Cage, like it wasn't the problem. I don't know. I don't really like whatever his name is, Iron Fist. Honestly,
you don't like Finn Jones?
He was okay in Defenders and in the one episode of Luke Cage he was in, where he actually got a chance to be fucking Danny Rand, and he was actually like fun Iron Fist. Like he was good. In his own show, he was terrible.
They wrote the character terribly though, because Iron Fist gets his butt kicked in Defenders by everyone.
He literally shows up in the first season and is like, "I'm the protector of Kunlun, and I am like the most badass person to ever live." And then every episode, he gets his fucking ass kicked by like random street ninjas.
Like, doesn't Daredevil beat him up at one point?
Yeah, Daredevil beats him up in fucking Defenders, and it's like, what the fuck?
It's like your whole power is that you're the best fighter.
And then Stick calls him a dumbass, which is fun.
He's a thundering dumbass.
He's a thundering dumbass,
which is a great adjective for.
I've never heard that before, but it's amazing.
It makes sense. The coolest thing he did was punch Luke Cage in the face. That was the coolest thing he did in that show. Because Luke Cage was like, "Whoa!" Like that hurt type thing.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for Mike Coulter because I kind of like Mike Coulter.
Yeah, I like Mike Coulter, and he's really good, and he was not the problem with the fucking show.
But I don't think people would care if they recasted them. I don't think people are like.
I think most people probably wouldn't notice. I think if you just bring in another big buff black guy, I think they'd be like, "Oh, is that the same guy? Cool."
Yeah.
Cool.
If they're gonna do that though, make it Terry Crews because you fucked up the first time by not getting Terry Crews. Make it Terry Crews.
He's a little old though now.
I don't give a fuck.
Who cares?
He's Terry Crews. He'd be perfect.
But do you think that they're gonna make the Netflix shows canon?
No.
I know we've talked about this before. I don't think so either.
No. I think they're gonna leave them kind of ambiguous to where it's like, oh, maybe they happen, but I don't think they're ever gonna outright like say. They might have like some small references to like if you've seen the show, you might like, oh, I know what they're talking about there. Ben Urich died and they reference Ben Urich, cool. But like they're never gonna super really like they're not gonna acknowledge the shows outright. And I don't think Kevin Feige's ever gonna come out and be like, oh yeah, they're canon. I think it's just gonna be in this kind of like weird limbo, which sucks.
I think it'd be better than just outright saying they're not canon, because then you're alienating all the people that are like, I like these shows.
Sure, but I mean, there was a point where these shows were confirmed to be in the MCU. So as far as I'm concerned, they are in the MCU.
So then that's good. But if people that don't like the shows for some reason, if somebody doesn't like Daredevil, they can act like
those people can fucking walk off a short bridge. Right?
A short bridge.
And I was saying it could be like another like multiverse thing. Like they could all be part of like a different like time.
Could be that too. Me and Dylan were talking about this earlier, but he mentioned something about he didn't feel like Shang-Chi was gonna fit with all the other like Avengers and stuff like that if he was an Avengers thing. But I was like, they're gonna eventually not be able to put everybody in a movie. Like,
yeah, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine like the Avengers Endgame fight and then fucking Daredevil's in it?
That's exactly
like
what
Daredevil from
like you just
died. The Daredevil Netflix show. Like he would have died the moment he stepped foot on that battlefield. He'd been dead.
Yeah, he's fighting aliens, not just people. Yeah. They're aliens.
Like eventually, like, and that's kind of what I liked about what they were doing with those shows, where it's like, yeah, they're part of the MCU, but they're never going to really interact with the wider movies. But that's fine. That's what a universe is.
Yeah,
there's like more stuff going on outside of the mainline movies, and that's fine. But I have a feeling that like they're going to try to cross these characters over a little bit more, which is fine. But
I think Daredevil may show up as lawyer stuff, but I think he'll leave the Daredevil stuff to his own stuff.
I think we'll see him like team up with someone in a movie at some point,
Probably Spider-Man.
like
It'd be
Captain
cool for
America or
Spider-Man.
something.
Captain America, maybe.
He can team up with Falcon.
I could see that.
Cool.
Daredevil in comics does like Captain America.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Everybody likes Captain America because he's fucking Captain America.
Captain America. Don't put him in like Deadpool though. No, I don't want that. Well, maybe.
No, I wouldn't want
Just
that.
because you could see him like go all out, like fighting somebody, whereas Disney's not going to do that.
Sure, but I don't want Deadpool the whole time just being like, "Oh, hey, Netflix, that show was great, and now it's canceled. Is it canon? Oh, buh." I don't want that.
Buh. I have one more piece of Marvel news, which I don't think anybody here has heard about because I haven't told anybody about it.
Ooh, shit.
So, I mean, maybe somebody's heard about it. But there are 9 unannounced
Oh, I've heard about this.
Disney Plus shows, and 3 of them are like, they're not confirmed, but like people are like, these are probably what they are. 3 of them. So we got Nova, which I know Wade's been dying to have Nova.
I've been waiting for like a decade for a Nova movie. Get Matt Damon.
He's already in the universe.
I don't give a shit.
Random dude.
Get Matt Damon.
He's gonna be in Thor: Love and Thunder. So
Get Matt Damon.
we got Secret Warriors, which I don't know anything about.
Secret Warriors.
Yeah,
What is that?
I don't know.
It's another bullshit. Like, is this like a Suicide Squad like thing where it's like a bunch
I
of
don't-
bullshit characters and nobody cares about?
I don't know. I think it's the space people, but I don't know.
Space people.
Space people.
Call it that, and I'll care about it.
And then we got a Marvel show called Space People,
Marvel Studios presents Space People.
and it's just the Office style. But
My
like,
God, do that. They were gonna do that at one point with Damage Control. That
yeah, they
show.
were.
That would have been fucking so good.
But and then the last one, which I thought was the most interesting because I don't think it would work as a Disney Plus show, but maybe it will. Ghost Rider. So
That would be a terrible Disney Plus show.
the only thing is that like Ghost Rider was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that was a pretty lighthearted show. So like, and he does some okay stuff in that.
Sure, possibly. I don't know. I want a fucking hard R, no holds barred, raunchy fucking Ghost Rider movie / show. Like it needs to be
Ghost
like
Rider 2.
quit fucking around. Is that movie rated R?
I don't think it is, but it might be.
Make it rated R. I want a hard R fucking, like, we're living in the age of comic book movies now where like you can make a rated R comic book thing and people will see it. It's not like a taboo thing to do anymore where it's like, oh, are people going to see the Deadpool thing? Like, Deadpool made $1 billion fucking dollars. Like,
I have already said that they just need to make a rated R section for Disney Plus, because that's what it is. They're afraid kids are going to get on it and be like, "Oh, look, let's watch Ghost Rider."
They need to stop worrying about that because that's going to hurt them in the long run because they're not going to want to expand any of these properties to anything else. They're not going to want to do anything ever like again. And if they make if they somehow fucking convince Ryan Reynolds to nerf Deadpool, that's gonna hurt. Like, that's gonna hurt them. Even if it's good and people are fine with it, it's not. People are gonna be like, oh, this isn't really like, this isn't really Deadpool. Like, so they need to just stop worrying about that and just focus on what makes these characters the characters and make those movies good. Like, that's why the Netflix Daredevil worked, was because that show was ran by people who understood Daredevil, and they were like, we're gonna make a hard R, like no holds barred fucking R-rated like Daredevil show. And that's why stuff like Iron Fist didn't work, because it didn't need to be that.
But yeah, I don't know. They'll have to figure it out eventually. Otherwise, they'll start losing money.
Yeah,
just make like a whole new section at Disney Plus.
That's what I've been saying.
That's just
make
hard.
it
they should.
a restricted, like you have to have the password or whatever to get into it, and then boom.
And at the top it says all these movies are rated R, so that they can't get in trouble.
They're not going to get in trouble just by putting R-rated movies on their thing.
Well, I mean, they won't get if they get a complaint, they'd be like, just look at the thing.
These fucking parents need to chill. All right.
Or just do what like Netflix does and have like a kids section.
Yeah, they got
It's
Netflix
like
Kids and then
kids
normal Netflix,
profile,
like,
like
sure.
kids profile or whatever, and then normal profiles can watch whatever.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee most kids are playing Grand Theft Auto, and
I guarantee you kids would fucking love an R-rated Ghost Rider movie. Are you kidding me?
because like I hear kids playing stuff like Grand Theft Auto all the time.
Yeah, they
So,
are.
Like they
You
they don't
know all the
care.
fucked up shit I was playing when I was a kid.
Right. Like Saints Row. Wade was
Playing
playing
fucking Saints,
Row.
hitting people with dildo bats when I was like 11.
So like, it's all about the kids, but like the kids
These
are.
kids don't care. These kids will take whatever you throw at them.
You
Like,
give a kid a phone, they will see worse stuff on a phone than they will on a movie.
Yeah.
Guarantee it.
you give a kid a phone, they'll immediately type in boobs, and they'll see like a million different things on it that are far worse than a fucking R-rated Ghost Rider movie. Like, come on.
But yeah, that's all my Marvel news. Wade, if you have anything else you want to.
I honestly don't have a whole lot of Marvel news. I have one bit of Marvel news. Marvel Studios is launching like a mini sub studio for animation for future animated projects.
That makes sense because they're in charge of everything now: comics, animated shows, everything. So maybe we'll get a new Spider-Man show, Dylan.
Don't make another new Spider-Man show. Jesus Christ!
It's the only Marvel show they can ever make is Spider-Man show.
Do another like TV universe like they had, like the 90s Iron Man show and the 90s Spider-Man show and the X-Men show. Like those were all kind of connected. Do that again.
That'd be cool.
But then they have two connected universes going on, and that'll get
doesn't matter.
I want to say keep going on the Avengers show, the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, because that was a good show. Don't do the other one.
They'll probably do the other one.
That's like the more recent one, isn't it?
Yeah, Avengers Assemble or whatever.
I've heard that show's really bad.
It is really bad.
Really bad.
It's really bad. The animation sucks. The story sucks. Everything sucks. I don't like it.
Shit.
Speaking of animations sucking, What If looks really bad.
I like the animation style in that. It's not like amazing,
terrible,
but it looks unique. Like it looks different, at least.
I mean, I won't care as long as like the stories are like cool and interesting. Like that's really what it's about.
I think it's gonna grow
really matter that much, but I think it just looks so bad.
I like it.
I think it's gonna grow on me. Like I think seeing it in like little spurts in the trailer doesn't do it for you. I think when you sit down and watch it and it's like not like flashing between 30 different things, I think it'll look better, honestly.
Yeah, I hope so.
I'll take that animation style over something like Invincible, where it just looks like a generic, like normal animated Spider-Man show. Like
Derek, don't take that to heart. Derek, don't freak
Derek
out.
will fight you.
No, you should take that to heart.
Derek didn't make it. He didn't like. He just watched.
Derek's name is on it. God damn it!
What?
He's not even paying attention.
No, I don't understand how is my name on it.
He's
Because I
joking.
said I like it.
It's a
No,
joke.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be like that though, because it's supposed to be like the older shows, except just more brutal.
That's
I
fine,
think-
but that's I'm not into that.
I think that they'll up the budget on it because so many people liked it, and season 2 will have a little bit better animation. I don't know if they'll change the animation, probably not, but it'll be more smooth and stuff like that at least.
I hope they don't change the animation. Like they can like, of course, make it smoother, but I kind of like the style it is.
I mean, you can have
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. That's the same kind of issue I had with a lot of the more recent DC animated movies, where I was like, so it's just like boring. And then some of the newer ones they've kind of updated and done like a new kind of where it kind of looks like it's a moving comic or whatever. And I'm like, this actually kind of looks interesting.
It's not like that Spider-Man show. I forget what it was called. Dylan, what's that Spider-Man show called? Where it's like him in the future or a different dimension.
Oh, Spider-Man Unlimited.
Unlimited. That's what it is.
Oh,
that's got a
That's
unique.
fucking rad.
It's got a unique animation to it.
that shows.
If they don't, I swear to God, with this new animated like studio and shit, if they don't give us another fucking season of Spider-Man Unlimited, what was all of this for?
Yeah, we don't even have a.
Yeah, we don't even have the complete first season. They canceled it halfway or something.
Son of a bitches.
Bro, that show is so good.
That show was so. It was like Batman Beyond, but with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hey, man.
Freaking awesome. So is that all the Marvel stuff? We moving on to DC.
DC news.
I'm excited for your DC news. If we got some Man of Steel 2 stuff going on.
I mean, it's pretty much just like the producer of Man of Steel, and he's produced some of these other DCEU movies. It's pretty much just like, like there's some rumblings going on.
Don't tell
like,
me that.
That's what it is. It's just like, I've heard some things about possibly doing a Man of Steel 2.
Do a Man of Steel 2 and bring back Henry Cavill. If you do a Man of Steel 2 without him, I'm not going to watch it.
There's also the director of Black Adam was asked, like, hey, are we ever going to see Black Adam fight Henry Cavill? And he was like, maybe. Like, he was very just like, yeah, it's possible. It's like,
Who else
fuckers, man.
could they bring besides Henry Cavill? And
They
who
could
would he fight?
recast them.
Anybody, honestly.
They could recast them.
Yeah, they could recast
Who
him.
would he fight?
He can fight anybody.
Anybody.
There's plenty of villains.
Superman's got a
Brainiac.
whole roster of villains.
I feel like matching a villain against Superman is hard because apparently he's just super overpowered.
Well,
He
that's
is
why you don't make him
overpowered.
super overpowered.
I mean, hey,
Derek's like, you got a point.
is
But,
he supposed to be super? I mean, he beat that one guy like really
I mean,
easily.
he's Superman. Like
And
he's supposed to be like
Justice
kind of
League.
powerful or whatever. But when you have a Superman, this is the problem with like the Superman 3 and 4, where it's just like none of the villains really pose a threat to Superman because he could just like laser beam him to death, and it's like, all right, cool. Like there are versions of Superman that aren't OP as fuck in the comics, and those are always like my favorite versions. And like the Superman on TV and Superman and Lois, he is like pretty fucking powerful, but he still gets his ass kicked every now and then. So it's like you can tone him down a little bit, and if
I
you
feel
get the
like-
right villains, they can kind of like outsmart him, or they can beat him up or whatever. Like you could work around it.
I think the only person who's ever posed a threat to him is Batman and Doomsday, though. In this universe, like that one guy that they fought in Justice League that was nothing to him.
Well, Steppenwolf,
Whenever he
yeah,
came
but
back.
Steppenwolf was a joke in general. Like nobody took him seriously. Like even
feel
Darkseid was like, "Fuck you." Like
I feel like I don't know. Maybe I don't know how powerful Darkseid is.
Darkseid can
Darkseid's
kick
pretty
Superman's
fucking-
butt.
Darkseid could kick Superman's ass with one hand, and he has.
Multiple times.
He showed up. There's one scene, I think it's when he first shows up in the animated series, where he literally, Superman's like, no, fuck you. You ain't coming here. And Darkseid just shows up and then beats the shit out of Superman and like ties him up to this thing and like brings all the people of Earth out to just like witness, like, hey, look what I did to Superman. I'm like, that's cool as shit.
He's your best. Look at what I did.
Yeah, he's like, this is all you got? Like, fuck all of you. You're dead.
Then how did those one guys beat Darkseid in the beginning of that movie?
Because
What are
that
you
was
talking
like
That
Zeus.
was baby Darkseid before he was Darkseid. That was Uxas.
Baby Darkseid.
That was before he went into the Chrysalis and became Darkseid.
How am I supposed to know this?
None of this was in the movie.
Yeah, so
That's
how
what
am I
happened.
supposed to know this?
That's what happened. That's. I think that was going to be explained later on in the movies that Zack Snyder was going to make, and now he's no longer making.
See, that's because from my perspective, that made Darkseid look weak though, because he just got beat
did.
instantly.
No, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I've heard people say that, and yeah, it does.
That's like when Thanos first shows up in the MCU and he's like, oh yeah, he gets his butt kicked. It's like, okay, well, he's
Does
not
he?
a threat. No,
Hmm.
I'm saying that's what.
Oh,
would
I was
happen.
gonna say
No,
Thanos
Thanos
showed
shows
up
up and
and
fucking
beat the
wrecks
crap out of
shit.
Hulk.
Yeah,
Like,
that's cool.
That put my perspective like this is a bad dude. Say
Yeah,
the state
he
you
hits
want
like
to mess
he hits
with.
like all the pressure points on Hulk, and I'm like, fuck, man, that's awesome.
Not even just that, he beat Hulk and Thor at the same
Yeah.
time.
And Loki. And Loki
Yeah.
is still
Well,
a god.
I mean, I feel like I could beat Loki if I wanted to.
Loki is a god.
That
He
doesn't
is
do
kind of
shit.
hard to kill.
But yeah, he beat the two most powerful Avengers that we knew of at the time, and like they were nothing. So yeah, that put Thanos in its place.
Yeah, I
Darkseid,
think
though.
I think with Darkseid he was gonna kind of flesh that out a little bit more because everyone has asked him like, how come in this how come he just forgets where Earth is? And he's like, well, that was gonna be explained in other movies. So
But
I think
I-
he was gonna kind of flesh some of this stuff.
I didn't
out.
have time in my 4-hour movie to explain it, so I was going to put it in another movie.
I couldn't bring back Ray Porter to just ADR line. Oh shit, I don't have a map. Like
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, you two don't probably know, but they're gonna make like what were they? They're making like motion comics.
oh yeah, that's not happening anymore.
Oh, that's not happening.
Yeah,
Never mind.
apparently. Speaking of, that's news, I guess. The Snyder fan motion comics thing where they were going to kind of use his storyboards for Justice League 2 and 3, and they were going to kind of make motion comics out of it with narration from some of the cast members and stuff. That's no longer happening. Apparently, the people behind that, apparently they were like very known like scam artists, and they were caught tracing other people's art in like the main little like trailer that they did, and they kind of like once they were called out, they kind of just cut and run,
Oh
and they were just like, yeah, it's not happening, fuck off, and then they left. So
Jesus Christ.
not happening.
That sucks. Just get someone else to do it.
Get Zack Snyder to do it. I've been saying since fucking Justice League, have him do like an animated movie or just finish his shit in comics. Like
I just don't think it'll be as good. Like I know obviously it won't be as good because it won't have Zack Snyder's style and all that stuff with it, but it'll be just at least you can finish the story type thing.
Are you talking about like an animated movie?
Yeah.
Just anything. Really.
I think his animated movies would have the same exact style as
No,
his
I'm
normal
saying
movies. It
like
would just
if
be
somebody
animated.
if somebody else did it.
Oh yeah, if somebody else did it, yeah, not a fucking chance.
Like it wouldn't be as good because even if like it was the best script ever, Zack Snyder puts his spin on things that makes it different because he has a unique style to what he does that no one else really does or mimics well. So yeah, but I think Warner Brothers should just stop being douchebags and just let him finish his freaking trilogy, even if everybody already knows what's going to happen because the scripts are out. But
I mean, even though like I don't care if I go in knowing every little bit of fucking Justice League 2. I want to see it.
I just want to see it after the nightmare scene in the first one because that nightmare scene is amazing. It's one of the best parts of that movie, in my opinion. But yeah, what other DC news do you got?
We got some Flash set images.
I saw these images
of Batfleck.
Ben Affleck is back, baby,
and he's on his Bat Pod
for
doing
probably 10 minutes.
Probably, yeah.
That's it. Because this is the last movie he's in, as far as we know.
Supposedly, he could always come back. They could always just be like, "Hey, Ben Affleck, here's an extra like 20 mil. Come back, do one more thing.
Stop being depressed. Come back."
Possible, but there are rumors that they're gonna use this movie to kind of like erase him from DCEU, which is we all kind of suspected.
Dylan, at this point, like, do you think they should just restart the DCU, or do you think they should try to mangle their way into, like, a reboot, a small reboot?
I don't know. Like, I'm confused as to where it's even going. Like, what are they?
No, everybody is. Nobody knows what's going on.
Like, I don't know. Just make movies, and if like, I don't know, just make movies. You don't even need to make a universe. If they're good, then you can like connect them up and do whatever you want later. Just make.
That's what
I'm excited for the Batman movie, just because it's just Batman, and it's like I want to just see some Batman. I think that'd be cool. I wanted a Ben Affleck Batman movie, but you can't get that now. Yeah, I mean, I also would have liked to see Zack Snyder's movies. I think that would have been cool.
Everybody wants that.
But at the time, everyone was like, "Oh, fuck Zack Snyder, nobody wants this." And then now all of a sudden, people saw Justice League and went, "Oh, we kind of want this." So it's like you should have just let him fucking put his shit out.
Yeah, but I think they should stop mangling whatever they have left of this universe and just restart at this point.
But then it'd be even more confusing. I feel like just I don't know. I think they could pick it back up. Honestly.
I don't think they can.
They can. I don't think WB is competent enough to even attempt to try to do that.
Because
they can, if they wanted to, they could be like, "Hey, Zach, come back, do 2 more Justice League movies. Ben Affleck, here's your Batman movie. Like, let's try to kind of get this back on track and like do some shit." They're not gonna try
because like I feel like I don't feel like I know this is what they're trying to do because they did it with Wonder Woman 84 as they were just trying to completely revamp their universe, but they're trying to keep the good aspects from their old universe with it. Like, oh, we still got Jason Momoa as Aquaman, we still got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman or whatever, but we're getting rid of Flash, we're getting rid of Cyborg and all that. It's like, well, at this point, like you're recasting half of the freaking universe. Just restart. I feel like at this point,
it's very confusing.
Which they might actually be restarting with the Flashpoint. They might just be like, here's everything's erased.
I don't know.
And
it's possible
going from there. So I don't know, because they're bringing Michael Keaton back, and I've heard rumors that he was going to be the new Batman in this universe or something like that.
Yeah, I've heard there's rumors saying that like he's got bigger, like they have apparently he signed like a multi-picture deal.
Yeah,
apparently, which it's like that's cool. Only if his next movie is like a Batman Beyond movie. I don't want to see 80-year-old Batman running around. Do a Batman Beyond movie.
Yeah, he's getting old, so you gotta do that quick. He might die.
Yeah,
Michael Keaton's old.
But yeah, I've never thought that they should have done a universe anyway. Like I always thought that was kind of a weird idea for DC to like just tell stories. Who gives a shit?
They had to try to one up Marvel, man.
But they at one point they did one up Marvel with a little thing called the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, but back then, like Marvel wasn't like what it is today.
I don't give a shit if they make another movie like The Dark Knight that comes out and just is everyone's like, holy shit. That's all they need. They kind of
did that with the Joker. The Joker was almost to that point.
A little bit.
It wasn't quite there, but
It wasn't
almost
quite like Dark Knight, but a little bit. Yeah. So if they just make more stuff like that, that's how you one up. Just copying what the competition is doing is not one upping them.
Yeah,
One upping them is saying, hey, fuck all that noise. We're gonna do our own shit and we're gonna make some awesome, weird fucking movies.
Because just imagine a world where DC and Marvel actually compete against each other, because there's no competition right now. There's no competition.
If WB actually tried, we'd be getting some fucking incredible comic book movies.
I mean,
because then you'd have WB being like, we need to be better than Marvel, and then you'd have Marvel being like, oh shit, we actually have a competitor. We need to step our shit up a little bit.
Right. I mean, I feel like literally as long as you're not just like doing generic Marvel stuff, because I mean, Marvel is like just like formulaic, just doing the generic stuff. Just get crazy with it, and then you have like this other superhero universe that's like crazy and weird and fun, and then you can have that instead. Like, don't just do the same thing, really. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and everyone complains that Marvel is kind of formulaic, and they are, but that's because they don't have any competition. Like, they don't have anyone like challenging them to step Marvel their game up.
Do this better stuff as well.
Honestly, the closest competition they have in terms of superhero stuff is The Boys, which is kind of sad.
A little bit, yeah.
But they're so drastically different that they're not even really competitions.
Yeah.
So
and one is a TV show that's kind of more character based, and one is like a big epic like theater level, like, hey, we're telling these like epic stories or whatever.
You could argue the MCU is a TV show, just the most expensive one ever made.
But, sure, but
yeah, I guess so.
They're still telling two different types of stories and shit.
But yeah, it'd be awesome if we had DC to be able to compete with Marvel. Even if DC wasn't in a universe, like you said, they were just making good superhero movies. They don't need
to be in a universe. Just make a fucking I've never understood that concept of like, oh, we have to have a Superman movie, a Batman movie, a Wonder Woman movie, a Flash movie before we get a Justice League movie. Like, why? If you can't just make a Justice League movie that makes sense on its own and that makes us understand these characters, that's a problem with the writing and the direction and the film itself. Like, you can do that. They make animated movies like that all the time, where there's just, hey, here's a Justice League movie. There you go, and you don't have to watch 15 other movies in order for you to know these characters. They focus on like 2 or 3 main characters, and they're just like, the other characters, whatever. And then, but it's focused on these main characters. Like, you don't have to have 15 movies leading up to a Justice League movie. You can just make and that's what Zack Snyder was doing. Zack Snyder was like, I'm gonna make 5 movies. Fuck you. Like, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's not like exactly the same, but like even with like The Boys, it's like they already have like these established superheroes. Like,
yeah, The Boys is a perfect example.
Yeah, like you don't need to know their origin story. You don't need to know anything about them. They're just there, and this is the story they're telling right now.
There's like a couple main characters, and then there's just kind of like most of the 7 are just kind of background.
Yeah.
For Homelander and the shit he does, and they're kind of just there to help tell the story. We don't need to know about them. They're just there to help aid the story.
Plus, I feel like at this point, most people know who Batman and Superman are. You don't even have to introduce them.
Everyone
most people know who all of Justice League is, honestly.
Like I mean, like
Wonder Woman.
People may not know about like Cyborg.
I'd say Cyborg.
Nobody knew about Cyborg.
Stuff like that. So, like,
but also don't put Cyborg in a Justice League movie.
Yeah, but like, or like Martian Manhunter or something. Like, people don't know who that is,
right?
Or maybe Green Lantern. I'm sure everybody's seen the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie and thought it was awful, but like, you don't need to establish who Superman and Batman are in the first Justice League movie. It'd be nice if you can like touch on it, like, oh yeah, they're good people or whatever.
You could have some lines. Superman and Lois established Superman's backstory in like 5 minutes in the first episode. And then it got right into the story, and it was like, all right, cool. Like, that show understands that, like, Superman.
Right.
We're not just gonna just rehash his origins again. Like, here's a brief little, like, here's how he started. Boom, there you go. You do that.
But yeah, no, studio doesn't think we're smart enough for that. We gotta watch Batman's parents die for the 18th bajillion time.
Fucking again.
Anyways, what other DC stuff you got, Wade, news-wise?
Speaking of DC Universe, apparently J.K. Simmons is returning as Commissioner Gordon in the Batgirl movie.
I heard that he was maybe returning.
It's rumored, but I've heard from some people that like some sources within DC have been like, he's coming. Like it's a very reliable rumor.
What's up with J.K. Simmons just being in all these superhero stuff again?
I don't know. He's got nothing else going for him.
He's back in Spider-Man. He's coming back as Commissioner Gordon. He's in Invincible. Like,
It's
Yeah.
he's like, I want to do everything superhero related.
Why
Just
not?
likes it.
He's gonna be.
Is he gonna get jacked out of his mind again for no fucking reason?
I don't know. He's gonna be in Star Wars next, and then The Boys, and then
Would it put him past him? I'm surprised he's not in Star Wars already.
Yeah, honestly.
he could be a robot. He could voice a robot in there. Or something.
Just yells at
Probably.
everybody.
He just yells.
Not
at
my
everybody.
fucking tempo. It's the wrong movie, JK.
He's like the drill sergeant for the
Star Wars.
rebels, but it's like a drill.
Hey, that'd be awesome.
and he
That'd be
just
cool.
screaming
Yeah.
at people.
That'd be dope.
Fuck.
Or if he was a stormtrooper, sergeant or something.
Any movie with him as a drill sergeant as anything, that'd be cool.
That would
He'd
be
make a
awesome.
cool like Darth Revan.
I don't want him as a Darth or a Jedi. I just want him as a
Why?
guy who just yells at
Like
people.
like his voice, like in like a Darth Vader esque like mask. Like that could be fucking really cool.
I want him as like a Thrawn type character where like he doesn't have like
He's way too
special
fucking
abilities.
menacing to play Thrawn. Are you kidding me?
no like a character where like he doesn't have any like special powers or anything, but people are afraid of him just because he's just like that kind of person.
That could work.
If he's a Darth, like a Sith or a Jedi, it's just like, yeah, well, yeah, people are afraid of him. He's a Jedi or a Sith.
That's fair
not true.
enough. That
I see
makes
that.
sense.
I want him as just a guy that people are afraid of, like how like Darth Vader and Grand Moff Tarkin. They were like he was just like, all right, I'll listen to you.
Make
Type
him
thing.
Grand Moff's son.
Don't do that. We don't have to have. You said it yourself, Wade. Not everybody has to be freaking related. in
Grand
these
Moff Tarkin
movies.
Jr.
And then he's just yelling about his tempo.
Not my fucking tempo. And it's like, you remind me of someone. You remind me of that other fuck who was screaming about bullshit in Rogue One.
Leads a space orchestra.
And he beats up Darth Vader. And
Oh my god.
he quotes
Why?
Invincible, and he's like, "Look what you made me do."
Oh my god. The Star Wars movie took a turn.
Yo,
That's
is
what
a
Wade.
PG
That's
family
what
movie.
Wade says in the theaters. Oh my god.
I'm just,
oh
I'm
my
just
God.
casually like, oh wow, this movie took a turn.
Wade's just like, I don't know if I enjoy it, but like, this is different.
It's different at least. Fucking hey, props to Disney.
Derek would love it if they just quote Invincible.
I
J.K.
will
Simmons.
burn this ship to the ground. And he just
He
I like-
looks at
that's
Darth
my
Vader
favorite
square in
quote.
his soulless eyes and just, I will burn this Death Star to the ground.
He's staring at Darth Vader. Darth Vader's trying to intimidate him. He's like, I will burn this Death Star to the
And Darth Vader's like, okay. Shit.
ground. Darth Vader's
my
like,
God.
I believe this man.
He's actually like, like you see him like kind of shake and he's like, oh fuck.
This guy is not afraid of
That'd be-
me.
that'd be
I don't
dope.
know what to. I don't know what to do.
That'd be fucking cool.
What did Tarkin do to earn his respect? That's what I
I
need.
don't
to
know.
That's what I need to know.
It's terrifying.
He's scared it.
Maybe he did. Maybe Tarkin beat him up. Like just beat the crap
I
out of him.
feel like he probably slapped Vader a couple times.
And Vader was like, "Look, I respect it. Don't do it again, but I respect it."
He's like, he's like, yeah, don't fucking touch me again, but you got my respect. That takes ball. No one has the balls to ever touch me, ever. But he does. So like,
I'll let you live.
it's disrespectful, but fucking he's got balls.
Anyway, we got into
I feel like
Star
Darth
Wars.
Vader would be that kind of guy.
We're getting back on the Star Wars. We're doing DC, Wade.
Fucking hell.
Stick with it. What other news do we got besides Ben Affleck?
Speaking of Ben Affleck, Michael B. Jordan is developing a separate Black Superman project on HBO Max, where it's still unclear if this is the same thing that they were talking about originally. I think it is. I think he wants to do a series rather than that stupid Black Superman movie that they want to do.
Is he still Clark Kent?
No, this one is actually Val-Zod, and it's
Okay.
confirmed to be Val-Zod. They're not like playing around with it, like, oh, maybe it's Clark Kent.
They've been talking about Michael B. Jordan being Superman forever.
Well,
so-
he's not cast as it.
Oh,
yet.
he's just doing. Stuff
I
with
think
it?
he's like producing it, and he might be
Ah.
like, he's getting it in motion. He's also I
Mm.
think working on like a Static Shock movie too, which is cool.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow becomes
I
Superman.
think he probably will play Superman also.
I
think that's a little too like I like Michael B. Jordan a lot, but I think that's just like a little too on the nose.
He's too short.
I don't give a fuck about that. I mean, he is, but like that doesn't matter to me.
Superman needs to be at least 6 feet tall.
Give him those Robert Downey Jr. shoes.
That's true. Robert Downey Jr. wore heels.
Yeah, he wore like 4-inch heels because he's a midget.
Because everyone else was super tall compared to him. Because there's a couple scenes where he's like eye level with Chris Evans, and then there's another scene later on where he's like Chris Evans is looking down at him. It's like, which is it? How tall are you?
Just own up to your height. All right.
I think he does later on, but like in the first Avengers, you can tell. Like,
sure.
Because like in Infinity War, like he's shorter than everybody. Like you can tell.
Sure.
But maybe when he's in his Iron Man suit and they can CG him, he's probably.
They make him 6 foot.
Yeah. But when it's just RDJ, they're like, whatever. Screw it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. I didn't know he wore heels.
Yeah, there's a couple scenes I think in like Iron Man 2 where you can kind of like see them. If you ever watch, especially the early MCU movies, his pants are kind of like frayed out at the bottom a little bit because he's wearing these fucking massive platform shoes. So if you ever see him like in those movies just walking around and his pants are like super baggy at the bottom, that's why.
Yeah, there's one scene in particular in the first Avengers where they're on like where Captain America and Iron Man first meet, and they're like the same height, and even with like him without his helmet on, they're like the same height. And Robert Downey Jr. is like 4 or 5 inches shorter than Chris Evans.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite noticeable. And then later on, like I said, later on in the movie, when they're yelling at each other in the scepter area, Chris Evans is looking straight down at Robert Downey Jr. It's like, okay, so he got shorter in like 2 hours.
They could have made that a character thing though, where it's like Tony Stark is kind of
like
aware that he's a short midget, so then when he makes an Iron Man suit, he just like adds a couple inches to it. Like, they could have just made that like a character thing. That would have been kind of fun.
Yeah, they could have been. So yeah, like Robert Downey Jr. is weird, and that was an RDJ thing. That wasn't like a director being like, they need to be the same height.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That was RDJ being
an
like,
actor ego thing.
I gotta be the same height.
Yeah.
But whatever. I only got one piece of DC news.
What is
not
it?
even very interesting, but the Peacemaker show.
This goddamn! I'm sick of hearing about this fucking character. This character that like the movie's not even out yet, and everyone's like, "Hey, we're gonna get a Peacemaker trilogy, and he's getting his own TV show. We got action figures and pajama pants and everything." Who the fuck? Wait till the movie comes out. See if people even remotely care about this guy before you just give him the world.
What if everyone hates John Cena in this movie?
I mean, it's likely.
He makes a lot
Suicide
of bad
Squad
jokes.
is getting some pretty solid reviews, but
that doesn't mean everybody likes John Cena's character.
It's true.
But it officially wrapped filming. That show did for Peacemakers.
Cool. I'm not gonna watch this fucking show.
What if you love John Cena in Suicide Squad?
I don't like John Cena in general.
But what if this changes your mind?
I'm still not gonna watch it. I don't have to watch it. And I'm not gonna.
James
Gunn can do whatever he wants. He's not gonna make me watch this stupid fucking Peacemaker
show. Derek, are you a John Cena fan?
No.
Oh,
wow.
I was.
I do like
the
the joke though. The "you can't see me" joke. That's a good one. He's
that
like
joke is so old.
Yeah, but it's like the oldest joke ever though, because it's still funny to this day. He's just invisible. It's great. like he'll be in a picture with other actors, and they'll be like, "Why are they like so far away from each other?" Like when he's in the middle or something.
Why is there this big gap in between these fucking
like
that is pretty funny.
It's such an old joke, Derek.
It's like the oldest running joke ever though.
I don't really like John Cena.
I'd be so like Derek meets John Cena and he just acts like
ignores
he's not
him.
Oh my god! I wonder if people do that. If they like see, like, if, that would be incredible if John Cena like went to Comic-Con. Like, you know how they like usually they'll have like those big like Hall H things for like the Suicide Squad and stuff like that. That'd be hilarious if he came out and they announced like, and John Cena, and then nobody claps.
Like what?
No one like acknowledges that he's there or like asks some questions or anything, and he's just sitting there just like, what the fuck? Like
that'd be so funny. Where's John Cena? I thought he said
that'd be genius. That would be genius if he just played into it like that. Fucking hey, man.
I think that would make him lose his mind. Like if everyone thought he didn't exist.
That would, but that'd be hilarious.
Like he goes beat the crap out of somebody though.
Like he goes to a restaurant, he's like, "Can I get a table?" And they just ignore him.
They just walk straight past him. Fuck,
so funny.
And people like he's driving by, and people are like, "Dang, that car's driving by itself. It's amazing."
Ghost in that car.
That new Tesla model looks insane.
If I was John Cena, I would start to think that I was dead. like that I wasn't alive.
Oh my god.
I mean, if no one acknowledges you, you might as well be dead.
Be like, am I dead? Like, am I a ghost walking around right now?
Like even his like family. It's like what happened to John?
His whole his children. Like, where'd Dad go?
It's like, I'm right here, you fucking idiot. Like, he's in front of his kids on like Christmas. They're like, where's Dad? It sucks that Dad had to work on Christmas. He's like, I'm right fucking here, you little shit.
He picks up his kid and he's like, I'm floating.
Him. He's like, whoa, I can fly. That needs to be a movie. Everyone fucking with John Cena, he just loses his mind.
And the movie's called "Can You See Me" instead of "You Can't See Me."
Shit.
Can you see me?
Can you see me?
Can you see me?
It's just John Cena walking around asking people if they can see.
Can you see me? No, it's the movie starts. This is some fucking poetic shit. The movie starts with him like doing his WWE thing, and he goes, "You can't see me," and then the movie ends with him just like in a straitjacket, just like in like a fucking one of those padded cells, and it's like, can you see me? Can you see me? And he's just like rocking back and forth. And it's like, oh, is it fucking?
That'd be good. Let's make this movie.
It's George Lucas would say it's poetry.
It's poetry.
It rhymes.
Fucking A, man. This is art.
This is art. I guarantee somebody has came up to John Cena and asked him that, and he said no. He's like, no, I'm not doing that.
I can imagine John Cena because I'm sure he's very like cool and like he's up for memes and stuff. But I feel like at a point he's very much like in reality. Also, he's just like, no, I'm not doing that. That's stupid.
We're gonna live off the meme that was made 10 years ago.
Yeah, he's like, it's a fun joke, guys, but move on. Like,
stop it.
I'm here. You can see me.
People are doing that with Dave Bautista though. They're starting to do that now.
Dave Bautista like plays into it though because he's a sarcastic fuck.
He does.
Did you see that tweet about when ScarJo announced that she was suing everybody? He's like, told you this should have made a Drax movie, but no.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fucking A, man. I love Dave Bautista.
He's acting like he wouldn't be upset about it either, though, if they did the same thing.
Oh no, Dave Bautista would be the first person. He'd go to the Disney offices personally and fight every one of those motherfuckers.
It's like, who's the biggest guy here? I'm fighting you.
He's just like, it'd be like a Tuesday. Everything's quiet. everything's quiet in Disney offices. You just hear like keyboards and type in and people on the phone, and then all of a sudden, you just hear like like he kicks open the door and he's like, "Where is he? Where's Bob Kupchak or whatever?" And then he goes straight, he marches to his office and he just punches his door down. Where's my money?
Where's my money? Oh man.
He's like, all right, fuck, it's right here.
He busts in, he just yells, "Prison rules!"
Prison rules.
Biggest guy here.
He's got those two Drax knives, and he just starts running.
He's got
down
the Drax knife.
Oh my god! Just actually murdering people.
Oh, where's my fucking money?
He's painted as Drax, like he came from the set.
He took a full 16-hour day to get dressed up as fucking Drax just to go into Disney offices and threaten people.
He's like, I can only do this in character while I'm in character. So.
Oh, man, I don't think anyone would take him seriously though.
If he had two giant knives, I'm taking him seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true.
Dave Bautista is a giant man already.
Yeah, but as Drax, like I feel like a lot of people would be like, "Oh, he's funny." He's
people
like,
just be like, "I can't see him."
Yeah, everyone's still making "I can't see him" joke.
Who are you talking to?
And then he starts murdering people. We're like, "Okay, I see you, Jesus."
Oh, shit. All right, damn. You just punctured my pancreas.
Stab me in the throat. I'm dead. Oh, that was. No, Jesus. Okay.
That needs to be a movie. Fucking A.
Dave Bautista going insane?
Dave Bautista going postal and just murdering a bunch of office members.
And then the whole movie is just him having to live with that. Like he's PTSD from murdering a whole office full of people.
Jesus.
I mean, hey, it'd be better than fucking Army of the Dead.
Wow. Do you have any more DC news before we?
No, not really.
All right, well that's it. Unless Dylan or Derek, you got any news you want to break to us? Anything?
I don't come with any news.
Got no news.
No, Derek, like made up shit that you just want to make up.
Nope.
Derek, you don't have any video game news? Anything you want to rant about, like a Blizzard or something?
Funny
you should say that.
Call of Duty Vanguard probably gonna suck. I would assume.
Oh, hot take from Derek.
I've
I mean,
never
it's
even
Call
heard
of Duty.
this.
Like,
Call of
yeah,
It's
Duty
the next
Vanguard?
Call of It's the one coming out this year, Call of Duty Vanguard.
They come out with a Call of Duty every year.
Yeah.
That's
It's like
they've been doing
Assassin's
that for a long
Creed.
time.
That's stupid.
It's probably gonna suck. I guarantee you, it's just gonna be like MW Modern Warfare 19, except just World War II because that's on its base. Because
No other time period can work.
How many World War II Call of Duty games can they make?
Well,
Three.
they tried to
It's the
see,
third
but
one.
this is the issue though. They tried to branch out and do other things, and everyone was like, "No."
That's true, but
And
I
then they
mean,
went back to the World War II thing, and then
Well,
now
I
they're
guess-
sticking with that. Now everyone's
guess
like,
not.
"What the fuck?"
3 because there's more than 3. I think there's like 7.
but I mean,
Yeah,
like
there's a
the other things they try to do was just like the future. Like, oh look, you can like you've got like an exosuit, you can jump really high. It's like that's
Okay,
stupid.
the future thing
Dude,
was cool for like one
It was cool
game.
for a
Then they
little
just
bit.
kept doing it every single game. Then Modern Warfare 2019 came out. That game was really fun because it was kind of different, but it was also kind of like going back to the older games. Then Black Ops Cold War came out, and it was like, okay, it's kind of similar to Modern Warfare 19 because it's using the same exact engine. I'm pretty sure Vanguard's going to use the same exact engine too. So they're all probably going to continue to be similar because Modern Warfare 19 did good.
They
So-
should make a Call of Duty game set during the Revolutionary War.
No, because
That'd be dope.
little kids wouldn't be able to handle one bullet in their gun at all times.
They have an
Oh.
bayonet on it though. They can just stab motherfuckers.
I mean, I guess so, but
I mean, I feel like that'd be
Call
more
of
of
Duty's
like a Battlefield thing. Like I feel like Battlefield would be really good at making something like that.
Fuck,
That'd be cool.
insane.
Because it'd be one shot, one kill. It'd have to be.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Or I mean,
Well,
I guess if
yeah,
you shot
but that
somebody
would
in,
make
like, the
sense
leg-
because back then they were fucking firing out mini cannonballs like you
Yeah.
died. So like that,
True.
yeah, that would make sense.
I die so much in Battlefield, like it's not even fun.
That's what's so much fun though.
I love Battlefield.
Like there's like 1,000 people on a map, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do, just shooting things, and then I die.
If I play Battlefield for like consistently for like a month, I get pretty good at it. But then once I take a break and come back, I suck.
Yeah. Checks out.
Is that Derek? Is that your hot take for the day? Or you got more hot takes for us?
That's my hot take.
That's your hot take for the day.
Yep.
Call of Duty's gonna suck. That's Derek's
Yeah.
hot take.
Nice.
Activision Blizzard in general sucks.
Dang. Dang. Is there any good video game studios out there?
What's the one that made the Resident Evil games? They're pretty good.
Capcom.
Oh yeah, Capcom.
I mean, yeah,
Yes,
they're
they-
doing a good job with all these
They're doing
little,
good.
all the little remakes and all the new Resident Evil games.
The last
They're
Resident
good.
Evil I played was 7, and it was pretty good.
Resident
Yeah,
Evil
that's like
7 is
the-
really good.
the
I like
new,
Resident
like,
Evil 7
horror
more than 8, to be honest.
That's what a lot of people say. 7's a little bit better than 8, but they're pretty
I
much the
never
same
played 8.
game, honestly.
I just like the
so-
house setting.
Yeah.
It's like in
I like
the
that the house setting. I like the fact that you fight a bunch of goop monsters.
Yeah, 7's cool. I played the remake of 2. It was really fun too.
I didn't play any of the remakes.
Like 2 is basically just like a big like kind of puzzle game. Like it's kind of cool. I like it.
I like puzzles.
Wade's like, I'm not good at them, but I like them.
I'm great at puzzles. Fuck you. I can look at a puzzle and go, that piece goes there. Fuck
You know,
yeah.
you know what Wade's not good at? Time stuff. Wade's not good at time stuff.
No, I'm not.
Like
Give me a
anything that
timer.
has to-
I'm gonna because I focus too much on the time. I'm like, all right, I've got 10 minutes. There's no fucking way I can do this in 10 minutes.
It's not possible.
It's just not possible. It's like all you have to do is go down the street. I can't do that. I got 10 minutes.
I remember Wade had just gotten Assassin's Creed 2 or something. Or
Yes,
no, it
two,
was
yeah.
Brotherhood or something like that.
Those two.
Was it 2? And then I came
Yeah.
over to his house and he's like, I need you to do this time thing for me. I can't do it.
Yeah, Devin
Also,
was
like, the-
always really good at like races and stuff. He was always very good at that stuff. So if
But
I
I also feel
couldn't
like-
get past something, I just give it to him and he did.
Like those are like the like worst parts of the games. Though. Like when those were in like the
Yeah, they
Spider-Man
are.
games, like I never did those. Like that's
They were terrible.
I don't freaking care about that.
Ultimate Spider-Man, that fucking game had like a million of those fucking races, and I hated them. That game was really fun, but those little side missions, you had to race the Human Torch, and I'm like, this isn't fair because he can fly. Like, this isn't a fair race.
Wade just got PTSD right there. He
Oh
just,
my god.
I remember those fucking side missions in that stupid game.
Wade's like, I spent a week trying to beat the Human Torch.
I
A
honestly
week.
did. At one point, I just said enough, and I stopped doing those fucking little side missions.
See, that's not a problem for Derek. Derek's good at every aspect. He's good at everything.
It's probably because he spends 40 hours a week playing fucking Fortnite.
Hey, I wouldn't play Derek in any first-person shooter because I would lose.
I
So,
probably wouldn't either.
Jimbo would work.
Logan would argue with Derek that
Logan couldn't beat Derek first person shooter.
No, he couldn't. Especially if Derek had a mouse and a keyboard. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Derek is so good he beat professionals. I don't know if you knew that, Wade.
Holy shit! Why aren't you making money off of this, Derek?
Because I don't stream.
The fuck is why
Start
not?
streaming. Literally, you have like the skill and the personality. For
Why
it.
not?
Just start streaming.
I don't know about the
'Cause I just-
personality, but
No, Derek gets
Just
angry.
wait, yeah. Like that's all you gotta do is you gotta get angry and start like yelling at people, and then bam, people watch it.
yeah, do that.
Especially like if you're streaming like while talking to other people. Like I could see like you being quiet if you're not talking to anybody, but if you're talking to other people while you're streaming, oh dude, people would love it. People would love it.
For real, start
I don't know
streaming.
what game to stream.
Fortnite.
Fucking
stream-
anything.
No one would be able to see me playing Fortnite because there's already 10,000 people streaming it. I'd be at the very
But
bottom.
if you're different,
If you're good,
Yeah.
all it takes is one person to notice you and go, oh, "Hey, this guy's fucking really funny. You're really good," and then he starts passing it around, and then you get more viewers. That's how that works.
I mean, I guess so.
Just do it.
and
Once
then
it
you
got
start a YouTube channel with your highlights, and then you get more money off of that, and then boom,
Yeah.
you're famous.
I can't imagine Derek being famous. He's walking down the streets like, "Hey, you're the dude who screams in German."
You're the
about
yelling
Fortnite."
Jimbo. That's his name.
Yelling Jimbo.
Jeez.
And then Derek, you can shout out our podcast and be like, "That's where I started."
Yeah, that's the main reason why I want Derek
Oh,
to be famous,
okay.
is just so he can
Okay.
make
Yeah.
us famous,
Exactly.
so we don't have to put any more work into this shit.
Yeah. But yeah, Derek, you can start streaming. I don't know, what do you play? Like you play Call of Duty, you can stream that.
Call of Duty, Fortnite. That's like all you play. So.
All you have to do if you want to get in streaming like early, get a new game like right as it comes out and play it, start streaming it day one, and like you need to like get in on it before anybody else starts streaming it.
There's no games like that anymore, though.
Well, until there
Fucking
is,
find
you just gotta
something.
find them.
Wait until there's like a fucking like the next GTA comes out.
I mean, I felt like that's why Among Us got popular, is just people streaming it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
literally.
Among Us came out in like 2018, though.
That's why it got popular, is people streaming it. And people are like, "What is this?" And then they watch.
Five Nights at Freddy came out in like 1989,
Five
and it
Nights.
didn't get fucking popular until PewDiePie started making videos about it. Like
No, it was Markiplier.
whatever, one of some fuck with pink hair started making videos about it. All right.
Markiplier, Markiplier literally says like he just wish he never got famous off of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Why?
That's really funny. Because I don't think he likes it anymore. That it's just a joke that he got famous off of Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever.
Fuck that asshole.
Yeah, what?
I don't think
him.
he doesn't like it, but I think he just doesn't like how it's like a joke, like how it is.
Deal with
Because
it.
Five Nights at
Who
Freddy's is
cares?
just a big joke at this point.
It is, but that's not his. He didn't make the game.
I know.
Like it's not his fault.
So he's not a joke. The game is,
I mean,
Well, I mean,
It's
Markiplier's
kind of a
kinda
joke.
I was
but
gonna say
not because
That's his own doing.
yeah.
he's like Jake Paul. Jake Paul's a joke.
Jake Paul's a joke. Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're like similar jokes though. Jake Paul's just kind of
No.
stupid.
Kinda.
Yeah, pretty stupid.
Yeah.
I'd argue with that. He's not
Mark-
kinda. He is.
Markiplier's just kind of like goofy. He's goofy.
Markiplier's like an innocent doofus.
Yeah.
Jake Paul's like an asshole doofus.
Yeah.
What about Logan Paul?
Logan's the same
Yes,
thing. Same thing.
But
Paul
Logan
They're the
Paul,
same.
like-
They're the same person.
I'll say they're
They're
you say
clones.
one name and they're exactly the same. In my
the
head.
the Pauls. The Paul
The
The
brothers.
Paul
different.
brothers.
I would say Logan Paul's smarter with how he makes money though, because of the Floyd Mayweather fight. He made so much money.
Yeah,
off
he
of
makes
that.
money from people diving in his fights. Yeah.
Yeah, he pays people to dive in his fights.
I mean, he's making money. You ain't. He made like
I'm not saying
a
he's.
couple
But
million off of
here's
that.
here's the thing about that though. I would much rather get knocked the fuck out by Floyd Mayweather and be known for that than be known for paying Floyd Mayweather to dive a fight. Like he might be making more money, but I have more integrity than Logan Paul does.
Like Logan Paul also always fights retired, old.
I'm not saying I like him. I'm just saying
Hey, Evander
he just-
Holyfield, you want to fight?
Mike
He
Tyson.
just
You want to fight?
68
Like,
years old.
he just makes a lot of money. Like
He
just
does.
I'm not
doing
saying
like
he's
that.
not a smart businessman.
They're great businessmen.
Yeah.
I'm
They
just
are
saying-
stupid as well. I agree with that.
Yeah. Like he's a smart businessman.
But it's like, what would you rather have? A bunch of fucking money, or be known for filming a dead body and coming across as a moron for the rest
A
of your life?
bunch of money, because then I can just disappear and go live in Hawaii for the rest of my
Yeah,
life.
but that's not what he's doing.
Yeah, but that's what he should do. He has millions
Honestly,
of dollars.
he should, yeah.
Honestly, he'd probably be more famous for getting knocked out by Floyd Mayweather than he would have for beating him.
I disagree with that.
I think he'd be more famous because be like, hey, you're that guy that thought you could beat Floyd Mayweather and then you didn't.
I mean, either way, in that fight, he would have been successful because either way, people would have talked about him because it immediately came out once he beat Floyd Mayweather that like, oh yeah, he dived on that fucking fight. Yeah. Like, so I mean, either way,
people could see it in the fight. People were talking about it during the fight. Like, hey, Floyd Mayweather's like pulling his punches and stuff.
Yeah, and I think Floyd Mayweather came out and said that he only did it for money. Like.
Yeah, so he wasn't trying to get beat up. Yeah. He wasn't trying to beat up Logan Paul. He's like, I'm just here to get paid.
I would pay Floyd Mayweather to beat the fucking shit out of me. It'd be entertaining.
Me too. That'd be pretty funny.
They'd be like, why did you do that? I'd be like, I don't know. It was probably great TV.
Did I die? No.
I'm still here, motherfucker. My face hurts like a bitch.
Was it on TV? Yeah.
And I'd be laughing the whole time.
You'd be that crazy guy laughing as you're getting beat up.
I'm like, why is he laughing so much? It's like, because I just know, like, seeing all this on TV, this is gonna be fucking hilarious. No one's gonna think it's hilarious except for like Devin, and that's what would make it funny to me. Because I mean, like, I know everyone's probably at home being like, oh damn, he's really beating the fuck out of this guy, and Devin's like, this is fucking hilarious.
I don't feel like any of us would have the chance to laugh. I feel like we all just get knocked out in one punch by this movie.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah, we'd all just get bodied instantly.
I would either get knocked out the first punch, or I would like somehow get lucky and he just missed. Like I just like happened to like fall at the right
I feel
time.
like you get lucky and he'd miss. You'd be like,
I'm a god.
And then like, lift your hands up, and then he just put.
Yeah, then the next punch.
Like, yeah!
The next punch.
Oh, if he missed, he would like kill me. Probably, he'd be like, "Oh, this guy can't live."
He would look at you the way Superman looked at Steppenwolf, as he was like laser beaming him. He's like, "You're fucking dead.
You're dead. You're
lunch fucking meat. Dead meat, bitch."
He pulls a Shaq quote. He's like, "You're barbecue chicken," and he starts beating the crap out of him.
Is that a Shaq quote?
He says that all the time. Like when he talks about playing basketball, he's like, "That guy was barbecue chicken."
The fuck does that mean?
What?
He's tasty. What does that mean?
I feel like he could be barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'd love to be barbecue chicken. Barbecue
I think it means because like he devours barbecue chicken. So like,
but he should say that. That should be the end to the.
Say,
that guy's barbecue chicken,
like
and I eat barbecue chicken every fucking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like
that's what he says.
Hey, that guy looks like a yummy meal. That's weird.
He's looking like a snack.
Yeah, that's essentially what he's saying. Like that's pretty gay, Shaq. Like, all right, you want to fuck this guy?
Imagine
that's
you're
fine, but like,
I imagine you're in the TNT studio and like Shaq says that. No, that's pretty gay, Shaq.
God, Shaq. That's gay.
No, I would love for Charles Barkley to do that. Like he says that, and then just like Charles Barkley's like behind the scenes, like eating fucking salad or whatever.
He's filming
Charles
for
Barkley
some
does.
reason.
He's the cameraman that day. And he just goes, "That's gay, Shaq." It'd be hilarious. I would actually watch if they did shit like that.
They need to do a podcast. Shaq and Charles Barkley need to make a podcast. It'd be amazing.
They would have a topic, but then they would never be on topic.
No, they would always refer to like barbecue chicken or something.
Fucking A, man.
It'd be amazing.
That's how I feel like you and me are going to be when we're like 60. We're going to be senile just talking about bullshit.
Dude, you remember that donut we had last week? That wasn't a donut.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That was just some bread.
That was a bagel.
It was a bagel with jelly on it.
It was fucking delicious.
Talking about nonsense. And only me and you know what we're talking about. No
yeah, everybody's like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, you wouldn't get it. You weren't there. You had to be
wouldn't get it. Nicolas Cage was there. It was fantastic.
It's like, you're talking about a bagel.
From last week.
It was a fucking good bagel, all right? You had to be there.
Yeah, you had to have tasted that bagel.
It was fucking delicious.
You don't get it. Well, I think that's it, because I know Dylan has to get back to packing. So,
true.
Also, for anybody who doesn't know, this is the guy who makes the music for our podcast.
The half a song to play.
Half a song.
There was 2 songs. There was the first intro and then the second.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'll make a new one. I'm going to make a third one.
Whenever we need music, though, we just go, hey, Dylan.
Make us something.
Make some shit. And we're not.
And Dylan's just like, I don't have any basis. And they just make something.
He's like, I need, like, give me some ideas. And I'm just like, fucking make it.
Dude,
I'm like
absolutely
Steve
nothing.
Jobs in that way, where it's just like Steve Jobs didn't invent anything. He just goes, "Hey, make this thing.
Like, look, I want to put a computer in my hand, and then they're like,
Do
do
it."
it.
And they're
And
like,
it's like, what are you talking about?
That's me with Dylan. I'm just like, do it.
Make Beethoven
Make
for me.
make fucking Mozart with your fucking ears. All right.
With his ears.
Yeah.
Got the musical
You gotta,
ears.
yeah, you gotta hear part of making music, Devin.
It's like that thing. Is like, is mayonnaise an instrument? Are your ears an instrument? Like,
I don't even say it at all.
people
What?
say is mayonnaise an instrument?
They say that as a
SpongeBob.
joke.
Patrick
because
said
of
it.
SpongeBob. I don't think
Don't
they're
I can
legitimately
quote
questioning that.
Patrick all I want. All right.
Does that make you a smart person?
Somebody made mayonnaise an instrument. They made a song with mayonnaise. I saw it.
With man, that sounds disgusting. It's like, that's fucking gross.
It's like a spoon, just like hitting.
It's like them like squirting mayonnaise and like they
That's
throw some
disgusting,
mayonnaise
and
on
that's
it.
a waste of mayonnaise. All right.
Yeah, what the heck? Someone
They proved that mayonnaise can be an instrument.
I don't think that was a debate anyone was actually having. If it was, fuck, that's disturbing.
It's probably just a debate with him and his buddy, and he's like, "I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a song out of mayonnaise."
What about horseradish? Is horseradish an instrument?
Anything can be. An
I mean,
instrument.
if mayonnaise is.
Anything can be an instrument except for space, because sound doesn't travel in space.
But that's just
Maybe that's
avant-garde
just it.
music.
Yeah, it's just
Oh.
nothing.
That's true.
There
You
go.
could say anything is anything if you just have enough confidence. You just go, "Hey, this is music."
Yeah.
It's like that's just two pieces of paper rubbing together.
No, it's music.
Yeah, it's
Fuck
music.
you.
Just sandpaper. Just
This is my workout music.
oh my god! If your
That's
workout
pretty
music
badass.
is sandpaper getting rubbed together, you're a maniac.
That's pretty badass. That's what
You
The Rock
deserve to
listens to.
You deserve to go to prison. Is that because it's just his arms rubbing against each other? Is that what it is? Because he's
So, yeah, that's the sound of his thick ass thighs rubbing together. It sounds like sandpaper.
He needs to put some lotion on or something. What the heck?
why
He's always oily and shit for some weird reason.
because he's so sweaty. Been working out for 7
it's
hours.
not healthy to sweat as much as that fucker does.
He works out like 7 hours.
I don't
a day.
care. You're not supposed to sweat like buckets of sweat every day. That's not healthy.
He drinks a lot of water.
I don't care. That's not healthy.